And a warm welcome from North London. We're at the Emirates Stadium. My name is Derek Ray, and I'm joined for commentary by Lee Dixon. And looking forward to bringing you action from the Premier League coming right up. It's Arsenal facing Manchester City.
Yeah, thanks as always, Derek. It's a pleasure to be here. Anticipating a really good game today. The atmosphere is great. Certainly buzzing from the spectators' point of view as we head towards kick-off. Hopefully, we won't be disappointed.
Well, no matter who you support, there is so much to like about the overall game of Kevin De Bruyne. Lee, what do you in particular enjoy as regards him?
Well, Derek, I have to say, probably the best all-round creative midfield player in the game right now. He's a striker's dream. Make the run, he will find you. He seems to know where the striker's going to run before the striker knows.
And this is the Arsenal starting 11. Bernd Leno is the goalkeeper. Thomas Partey starts with Granit Xhaka in the centre of the pitch. And the main threat in attack today should be Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. And here's the Manchester City lineup. And you tend to know what you're going to get tactically from this team. High pressing.
Well, high pressing, high energy. I played this system at Arsenal many a year under George Graham. It doesn't half work when it works well. Sometimes you can just get exposed to the back, but they've got it down to a T, to be fair.
And so the battle commences. Well, far from the ideal pass. Not an especially strong challenge. Joao Cancelo. Here's De Bruyne. Gundogan! Alas, a wild attempt.
Well, after that effort, I'm not sure whether he's right or left-footed. The manager's trying to get his message across on the touchline. They've just got to keep pushing. Surely a goal will come.
Can they forge ahead? That is goalkeeping of the highest order and of the bravest order as well.
Well, it's not all about tipping balls over the bar and round the post. It's about being brave and diving at players' feet.
Mahrez. Fine tackle there to prevent the chance. It might be perfectly set up for the counter-attack, you know. Xhaka. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He's showing a real will to win the ball. Laporte. Sterling. And now Kevin De Bruyne. So the whistle then, we're at the halfway stage in this match. Well, you tend to think Kevin De Bruyne dominates most games, but he hasn't been dominant in this case, Lee.
Well, as we can see with the movement he showed today, I think I could mark him, and I'm 55. Too much waving of arms and blaming of others. His team needs a winner, and he's their main man.
Underway then in the second half. And the two teams matching each other just about stride for stride. And breaking at pace with menace. And it's a quality pass. He's just got to continue his run. Aubameyang! Should he really have taken on the shot from that acute angle, Lee?
You're judged by your play on the pitch, and some of that play is decision-making, and he made a poor decision there.
Bernardo Silva. Splendid defending, and it needed to be. Saka. Might be able to get in behind the defence. Can he put them ahead? Still alive. Arsenal will have to throw it back in play. Both managers deciding this is the time to change things around. Both teams going to the bench. Fernandinho with it. De Bruyne. Well, it could be on for him here. A goal it is, at long last. They've broken the deadlock.
Well, it's been so close, this game. Tactics have played a part. Now they're going to have to change the tactics and see what happens. Well, just look at the keeper. He thinks he's coming out. Have another look. It's in the back of the net. He's a little bit unlucky.
Well, the goal again, albeit from a different angle.
Well, all the hard work has paid off, but the manager knows a lot more has to be done to secure this game.
What a big moment in the dying embers. Will it prove decisive here? And that pass could be troublesome. And not quite on the target. Fernandinho, using his physical strength to shield it. Good work to regain possession. The final whistle, and the Gunners go down. They've lost this game. No points picked up. Lee, what did you think of it?
Well, the players will be disappointed today, no doubt about that. A little off the pace, maybe a little bit unlucky as well. Need a reaction next time out for sure.
Well, we've said this before about Riyad Mahrez. Very hard to silence. Lee, interested to get your thoughts.
He's always a man to watch for the opposition, but they couldn't keep tabs on him in that vital moment when he grabbed that goal.
protect your soul.
Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating.
Hello and welcome back to the We Are City channel. It is Arsenal versus Manchester City today in the Premier League, and this is a pretty big one. If Manchester City were to win today, they would be 19 points clear of current Premier League champions Liverpool, and that is a pretty amazing achievement considering where Liverpool were last season. These two sides have met a lot, haven't they, in recent times? And Arsenal have sometimes got the better of City, usually in the cup competitions. Of course, last year knocked City out of the FA Cup in the semi-final stage at Wembley. As for Premier League meetings, though, in the last 9 Premier League meetings between Manchester City and Arsenal, City have won 8, drawn 1, which is an incredibly good record, isn't it? And I mean, these two sides, thinking back a long time, first met in 1893, Manchester City versus Arsenal, on the 11th of November. And between them, City have had 59 wins, 45 draws and 98 defeats. So Arsenal definitely, in the history-wise, I mean, if you think about the Invincibles, all those good Arsenal sides, they're definitely ahead of City. But over the years to come, over the next few decades, we probably will see City catch up on that. And I mean, the last three Premier League games that City have played against Arsenal, if anyone can remember them, at Arsenal, the away games, of course, with 3-0, 2-0 and 3-0 to City. So City have battered Arsenal pretty much every time they've played them. And Fernandinho, in a pre-match interview, has said maybe they'll change things today. Well, let's see. It's Guardiola versus Arteta. And of course, everyone always says no one knows Guardiola better than Mikel Arteta. Well, clearly, that's not been true so far. This is the City side. Of course, I mentioned Fernandinho with an interview there. He was in the pre-match duties with the media, and he starts today ahead of Rodri. I think purely because he's fresh, isn't he, compared to Rodri? He's played a lot of games recently, and it's good to see Fernandinho back in there. Offers something different to Rodri, although Rodri's been absolutely amazing at the moment, hasn't he? So it's Ederson that starts in goals expected. It's back to the really good City back line that's kept clean sheets. So many clean sheets, only conceded 1 goal. 2 goals, in fact, isn't it? They've only conceded 2 goals, and one was late against Chelsea from open play, and the other one was a penalty against Liverpool. So it's Cancelo, Diaz, Stones and Zinchenko, the back four. Fernandinho holds the midfield with Gundogan on the left of it and Bernardo on the right, but we're thinking as usual it will be sort of Fernandinho sitting alongside Ilkay Gundogan and Gundogan drifting forward into the box, probably the most forward-thinking midfielder, although Bernardo Silva's like that as well. And then we've got Sterling, Mahrez on either wings, and Kevin De Bruyne in what you could call the false 9 position, which a lot of people have called it the false 9. Let's have a look at two sides compared to each other, because, of course, we've got the Arsenal side as well. Arsenal probably matching City formation-wise, but it could be a 3 in the midfield with El Neni on the right, Xhaka and Odegaard on the left. So this is how they've gone. They've gone with Bernd Leno in goal, the German who could be a Manchester City player. Arteta did mention, didn't he, when he joined Arsenal, that Leno was one of the options they looked at for goalkeeper. In the end, they picked Ederson, but Leno was up there. He moved to Arsenal. So it's Leno in goal, a back four of Bellerin, Holding, Pablo Mari, ex-Manchester City, never made an appearance for City, and Kieran Tierney. They've got El Neni, Xhaka and Odegaard in the midfield. I'm expecting the Xhaka, El Neni, Holding double pivot with the Odegaard in top. And then on the right-hand side, we assume it's Nicolas Pepe. On the left-hand side, Bukayo Saka, and it's Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, the danger man through the middle. Now, if anyone had joined the live stream on Thursday night, we did Arsenal versus Benfica, a bit of a scouting job, really, on Arsenal to see how they played. And they weren't, the Arsenal I expected to see. They were quite defensive. They're happy to sit back, trying it in the counter. They spent the first 45 minutes, every attack being offside, and didn't have the greatest of performances in that game. Maybe we're going to see something different from Arsenal today, because I think Arsenal will fancy themselves. Arteta will be saying to them, we can beat City. We know the way to beat them. I think, City have had the better in recent times, but that FA Cup game comes to mind where Arteta did get the name as sort of the Spanish Tony Pulis, I suppose, where against City, they sat back, they frustrated City and hit them on the counter and won 2-0 in the FA Cup semi-final. An important game, more important than the league games, you could say. So Arteta might be looking to that again. It's a very forward-thinking Arsenal side. I do like the look of that front four for Arsenal, not from a City point of view, but from an Arsenal point of view. I mean, Saka, Odegaard, Aubameyang and Pepe, that's a very fluid, similar to City, isn't it, front four. And Odegaard's a class player. Didn't have a great game on Thursday night, but he's a really good player. Bukayo Saka up there with Phil Foden. And no Phil Foden today, unfortunately. And Nicolas Pepe. Bit hit and miss. But he has got that quality to take a man on. His final ball, isn't it? Or his final shot. He's end product. Similar to Raheem Sterling in the past that's letting him down. We've got some people in the comments here. Andrew Buckley's gone with a 3-0 to City today. The Real Kid Plays gone with a 4-0 to City. He says, come on. Phil Foden will bag a goal. He asked what my predictions are. I'm going to go with I try to always be safe in my predictions. I think Arsenal will score today. I really got a feeling Arsenal will score. I'm going to go with a 2-1. I think City will edge it. They're far in the moment, but I think this is the biggest test so far. I say that every time. I said it against Everton, against Liverpool, against Spurs, but this is definitely the biggest test so far for City of the season. Margaret's gone with a 2-2 draw. Well, that's a sort of not a negative prediction, you'd say, but she's expecting goals, and a lot of people are expecting goals. Gary Ransden's here. Great to have you, Gary. I hope you're feeling better. I know you were saying in the last live stream you weren't feeling great. And Gary's gone with a 2-0 win for City, so a lot of people going with wins for City, barring Margaret, who's gone for a 2-2 draw. And like we always do in this channel, we'll see when we get to the end how, you predict, and if you're right, if anyone was right. I don't think we have many that are right, but we have a few. Loay says City, 2-0 City. I don't see Arsenal getting anything in this. Very confident from Loay as well. So Manchester City versus Arsenal, like we said today. And Julie's gone with a 2-1 for City. Plenty of predictions coming in now. That's what we like to see. Please do like the video, share the video if you can. Let's get a few more people in this live comments, in this live chat, on this live stream. And subscribers-wise, subscribe to the channel. Got to keep pushing that. Please subscribe to the channel. On the stream against the Arsenal game on Thursday night, we finished the stream with 567 subscribers. We've made it to 585, so that's brilliant. Thank you very much to all those people that have subscribed, brought that subscriber account up. Like we said, we're always trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. That is the destiny, the big goal, I suppose, to reach 1,000 subscribers. So if you can share the video, subscribe to the channel, get your friends, family, anyone to subscribe. That was a big help. And we're just looking forward to this game against Arsenal today. If anyone didn't know the results around the Premier League today, I think Leicester City are currently 2-0 up against Aston Villa, I think it is, or Burnley, or a team that wear claret and blue. As for Spurs, they went to the London Stadium to West Ham and came back with a 2-1 defeat. West Ham, 2 goals today. I'm trying to think who scored the goals now. Jesse Lingard was one of them, definitely. Was reviewed for offside, that goal, when I was watching it. He was a mile onside. I'm not sure why they reviewed it. Gareth Bale hit the bar late on to nearly get Spurs the win. And also, Soufal made a clearance that hit Heung-min Son and nearly bobbled into his own net off the post and away. And it was a Spurs player who scored. I can't actually remember now. A Spurs player did get a goal for them. It was Lucas Moura, of course, from a corner. That was it. And they're actually showing the replays on Sky Sports right now. So West Ham are in 4th position in the league. And perhaps if City were to slip up in the Premier League, the likes of West Ham, Leicester might be the two sides the most on City's heels. I know Manchester United are in there as well, but I'm not seeing that. And Leicester City versus Aston Villa, it was finished 2-1 at full time. So Leicester City stay in that 2nd position. And it's all down to Manchester United, who play Newcastle later today. And I'm expecting a win against Newcastle for Manchester United. But, you can always see, you're never quite sure which Manchester United side are going to turn up. Of course, we covered the Real Sociedad and Thursday game between Manchester United and Sociedad. And Sociedad played terrible. Manchester United had them all game, hitting them on the counter. And that pace made a difference, and that probably will against Newcastle. So City versus Arsenal, we're not long away from kickoff now. Just over 5 minutes away from kickoff. We'll be right back after this just short break, so you know exactly what sort of channel we are. So here we are now, Matchday Live, and if you saw that then, that was our Arsenal versus City game, sort of little promo for the new YouTube Shorts thing that they've brought out, and you'll see that on our channel. Go and check that out if you've missed it. It's quite interesting. We're going to maybe do one of them to promote the game every week, and also maybe bring in a couple of things for them for news and things like that, which is something we can do, because we do want to bring you the latest updates and transfers and news coming out from the club, and these YouTube Shorts, under 60 seconds seems like a very good idea. So that's something we'll be doing in the future. And we also had the FIFA Predicts episode that played just before the game. FIFA predicted a 1-0 win for Manchester City, a 72nd minute, I think it was, goal from the Algerian Riyad Mahrez that gives City a 1-0 win. So definitely go and check that out as well, the FIFA Predicts. And it wasn't that much of an exciting game, if I'm honest. Arsenal sat back and City didn't really do much either in that game, but they picked up a 1-0 win. And the Premier League table is on our screen now if you're watching on Sky Sports, which the game is being broadcasted on. 56 points City are on now, which is a really good record, isn't it? 56 points already in the season compared to the other teams around them. That is really good. Lowe says, I think Leicester form will dip. Thursday, Sunday football is a killer. It definitely is. You think of City, they played in the FA Cup, the Premier League, the Carabao Cup still. They've been playing all the way through. I know they're in the final now, but that's still on. The Champions League as the players come out onto the pitch now. Arsenal players are led out onto the pitch by their captain, Aubameyang. And it's very hard to play that many games. And we've seen, if you've seen City's bench today, the likes of, De Bruyne isn't on the bench today, but he's in the starting lineup. Jesus, Aguero. I'm trying to think of others that they're on the bench. Kyle Walker. It's just a ridiculous bench. And the strength in depth City have is unbelievable. And that's why I think they're handling it pretty well at the moment. Gary says, I'm not hearing anything. Is it me? Or is it not on yet? Is that me? Or I'm assuming you can hear me. I'm not quite sure what's going on here, Gary. But I hope you can hear me. The game is on at the moment on Sky Sports 1. But do let us know if there's any technical difficulties. Obviously, I can't hear myself. That would be some pretty interdimensional thing, wouldn't it, if I could hear myself and then hear myself again, just echoing through the mic, and you could hear me, and then yeah, that wouldn't sound so good. Sophie Greenwood's here. Nice to have Sophie with us. She says, I can hear you. What's your prediction, Sophie? What do you think the game is going to end in today? But the sides have been shown on Sky now. They've gone with the Odegaard sort of in behind Aubameyang, which we do think, I know on our graphics we show them in a midfield three. I do think Odegaard will probably play just in behind Aubameyang in attacking midfield role. And there was links, a few seasons ago about Odegaard being the man Guardiola saw as the long-term, future behind Kevin De Bruyne. I'm not quite sure on that one, but we'll see how that goes. But City versus Arsenal today is going to be a big game, and I hope City can do the usual and beat Arsenal pretty easily. I prefer games that way. I know it's exciting to see teams, City to win 1-0 in the last minute or whatever, but it's not good for your heart, is it? I prefer just a simple and easy win for City today. Juice says, no problems here. Check on your live, Gary. And Sophie Greenwood 3-1 to City. She's predicting. So a lot of predictions for City. I mean, most of you City fans, so I am predicting you predict a City win. But it will be good to see how this game goes. Of course, John Stones with the 100th Premier League appearance today for John Stones. And let's see what happens with that. Whether he gets a clean sheet on his 100th Premier League appearance, I'm expecting him to, because him and Ruben Dias have been so solid. But we've noticed in recent weeks City concede a few goals, and it's once Pep started messing with that back line, isn't it, that we've started to concede goals. So hopefully, back with a solid back line that's been working really well, we will be fine with that one. Pep Guardiola, his 22nd game as manager against Arsenal, the most in his whole career. So he seems to always manage games against Arsenal. Of course, when he's at Bayern Munich, he managed a lot of games against Arsenal in the Champions League, I think 2 years in a row. And something quite interesting is Pep Guardiola and City are currently on a 17-game win streak, and Pep's been on winning streaks as long as that with other clubs, Bayern Munich and Barcelona. And each time that win streak was ended by, surprise, surprise, Arsenal. Could Arsenal end City's win streak today? Fernandinho, of course, the club captain, flips the coin with the referee today, Jonathan Moss. Let us know what you think of him in the comments. Do you think Jonathan Moss is a great referee, an average one, a poor one? I'm not quite sure what to think of him He seems like he doesn't always keep up with the play, doesn't he, Jonathan Moss? Which can be a bit of a frustrating thing as a as a fan watching your team. Kevin De Bruyne there, back in the starting 11 today, back from a hamstring injury, and he seems to have got over that injury very, very quickly, which is a surprise. But he has done. And like we said, we're on 585 subscribers, so get that subscriber count up. I'd love to see it grow during the live stream and not actually go down. And of course, we do have another FIFA 21, career mode season 3 going live at 4:30 right now. So that is live. So hopefully some of the people who are watching that, you can jump in this live here. Villian on the bench there. Mark Kern says I got good reception Tame side. The Real Kid Plays is 4-0 City. I hope you've not had a bet on that. The Real Kid Plays. You're not so good at betting, are you? We saw the Arsenal-Benfica game. And I see Pepe's back to his false 9 things against his Lowe. I think Pep prefers the false 9 to me. With Kevin De Bruyne in there, doesn't he? I think he really does prefer Kevin De Bruyne in that false 9 position. Ahead of Jesus and ahead of Aguero at the moment. So time is slowly approaching us. The players take the knee. Kick off is moments away. So Jonathan Moss gets ready to blow his whistle. And we have kick-off. Manchester City versus Arsenal. Live from the Emirates City in the Paisley Strip today. A very nice kit. I own that myself. The Real Kid Plays. I think 4-0 to City, please. No. It's in the bin. No. So the Real Kid Plays definitely knows there's going to be no gambling from him again. And Lowe says, how does he keep passing the fitness test? I have no idea. KDB comes back pretty quickly, doesn't he, from injuries? And always seems to return against Arsenal. De Bruyne's on the ball here, and he tends to have a good game at the Emirates, does Kevin De Bruyne. Here's Mahrez, taking on Tierney. De Bruyne on the overlap. Should have passed it, Mahrez. Dinks it to the back post. Sterling misses it. Oh, and then cleared away by Rob Holding, but City immediately on the attack. Oh, you mean John Moss? I have no idea how John Moss passes the fitness test. No idea. I think they just keep him around, don't they, because they haven't got many referees. They should bring in that referee who squared up to the Ipswich player last week. He might be quite good in the Premier League. Here's Alexander Zinchenko on the left-hand side for City. Been playing really well, the Ukrainian. If anyone plays FIFA, he's recently got an Ultimate Team card with 90 pace. Not sure who, decided on that one. Here's Mahrez up against Tierney, one-on-one. Mahrez clips it in once again. Sterling with a header. Wow, well, what a start for Manchester City. We lead 1-0. Well, what a start. Riyad Mahrez. Well, he's in the Algeria Messi mode, hasn't he? Since the game against Everton. And what a goal. We'll see it here. Ruben Diaz switches the play out to Mahrez on the left-hand side. He's isolated up against Tierney. A couple of step-overs. Crosses it in. And Rob Holding and Bellerin absolutely nowhere near Raheem Sterling. And he nods it in. And Manchester City take the lead 1-0. What a start this is by City. Good header by Sterling. Fair play to Raheem. Credit to Mahrez as well. He loves that little lofted cross on his left foot. And Holding and Bellerin there have let Sterling get in between them. And none of them have gone to defend that. Well, you couldn't ask for a worse start, could you, Arsenal fans? 2 minutes in. And City lead by 1-0. That is terrible defending from an Arsenal point of view. His 8th career goal versus Arsenal for Raheem Sterling. He's 3rd at the Emirates. And like I said, a ground where he grew up. You could see the ground from his house. I'm sure that means a lot to him. Edison plays the ball long and Bellerin got intercepted. Sterling again and a pushing in by Rob Holding. Sterling holds his knee here. Looks like an injury for Sterling. A foul from Holding early on. Not sure if it's going to be given as a free kick or a throw-in. Mikel Arteta is muttering probably not some nice things to himself here. Does not look happy, does Mikel Arteta. Sterling's back up but limping. I'm hoping he's alright, Sterling. And De Bruyne is over this free kick here. Switches the play to Mahrez. Tierney up against Mahrez again. De Bruyne, a brilliant pass. Mahrez, his first touch wasn't great. But he's giving Tierney a couple of problems. Not tight enough to Mahrez, Tierney, for that goal. Cancelo, Mahrez. Going to swing one in his left foot again, is he? Nope. So Cancelo. Well, City have basically started with a 1-0 head start, haven't they here? Here's Diaz. Zinchenko. Gundogan, that's a poor pass. De Bruyne luckily gets his toe on it. Margaret Kern says, brilliant. Julie says, great start. Keep up the pressure. Lowe says, caught them lacking, definitely. I mean, obviously not switched on in the opening 2 minutes, Arsenal, which, I mean, as a manager, not really Mikel Arteta's fault, is it? I think you've got to be frustrated as a manager. Ederson switches the play to Mahrez. Mahrez in so much space at the moment on this left-hand side, or right-hand side, down the left-hand side for Arsenal. He's giving them lots of problems. And Andrew says, what a start. It is what a start. Nearly 4 minutes gone here, and City already lead 1-0. Of course, the game is on Sky Sports main event, and I'm sure it's on a lot of channels over the world. If you are in one of our supported countries here, Hungary, then you'll be able to watch it on Digisport 1. Obviously, you've got no idea what I'm saying, but it is on... I can't speak Hungarian, but we do have a Hungarian speaker here working for us. Might get them on one day, maybe, to appeal to our Hungarian fan base. Here's John Stones. Wide to Mahrez. De Bruyne. Mahrez again. Good start by City, dominating possession. Arsenal carried on the form for the Benfica game. They were poor in the Benfica game. Had a, Zinchenko. Slap pass, but Bernardo deals with it. He's fouled, but they play advantage. Fernandinho. What a switch. It's Mahrez in acres of space again. Here's Riyad Mahrez with Tierney. Switch it to De Bruyne. De Bruyne across the box. It's cleared by Granit Xhaka. City are finding too much space there with Riyad Mahrez. You've got to be worried as an Arsenal fan. And Tierney, he needs some help. He really needs some help. Bukayo Saka's got to get back and help him. Here's Ederson. Wide to Stone. City pretty much playing sort of a back three, you'd say, with Zinchenko in there. Here's... Oh, what a ball. Sterling's in here. Sterling, great turn. Sterling. Oh, he should have passed it to Gundogan. Raheem Sterling had a great chance there. One-on-one with Leno. He did a good bit of skill. Arsenal got back to defend him. Ilkay Gundogan's in acres of space on his left-hand side. What a ball that is, by the way. He's got to pass... Oh, Rob Holding got a touch on it. If Sterling could have passed that to Ilkay Gundogan, that would have been 2-0. The way there's Sterling back to his shenanigans again. Yeah, I mean, he scored, Sterling, so it's hard to, complain about him. But he should have passed then to Gundogan. I think Holding would get a nick on the ball, but he can be greedy at times, can't he, Ilkay Gundogan? Raheem Sterling. He had Ilkay Gundogan there for the pass. And it should be 2-0. It should be 2-0 in 6 minutes. And, straight away, City have got a... what a better way to start the game. You can sort of relax. I mean, you can't really, but, just relax at a slight bit if you were leading by 2-0. Here's Cancelo. Tries to switch the play, which he does to Sterling. Bellerin up his back. Pushes him, and Gundogan takes it down wide to Zinchenko. Ruben Diaz. What a start to this game is. And City look like they're flying at the moment. Diaz. Cancelo. Back to Ederson. Gary Ramsden says, I can hear now. I had my volume at the bottom. That tends to be an issue there, Gary. We all do it sometimes. I mean, sometimes I've recorded some videos once for an hour or so. I didn't even have my mic turned on. So I just wasted my time. These things happen. Technology, eh? Sometimes you just can't get around it. Diaz brings the ball out the back for City. Loasis, I don't think it's bad to be selfish, but it's definitely annoying. Definitely, yeah. I mean, the best strikers in the world are selfish, aren't they? And they've got to have that killer instinct, you'd say. But sometimes they've got to pass. Here's Mahrez up against Mari. Mahrez, plenty of space to Mahrez. Mahrez on his right foot. Oh, it deflects wide for a corner. Mahrez is having some game on this right-hand side. They're giving him space. Tierney and Mari struggling this time. Mari comes out to Mahrez. Great little cut back into his right foot. Tierney blocks it. Nearly goes into his own net. Arsenal are struggling here. Really are struggling. Mahrez is a player who's very selfish as well, the way at times. I can see why he was there, but it's a worry. City play the corner shot. Bernardo Silva. Wide to Bernardo. De Bruyne on the edge of the box. He scuffs his shot behind for a goal kick, but that was well worked again by City. City have started really, really well. Pep Guardiola with a new sort of hoodie on. I've not seen him wear that before. It says Open Arms. Maybe something his wife's made. We know his wife's a designer, and that's where his iconic cardigan with a hood on was made by his wife, a fashion designer. Arsenal with the goal kick here. Just under 8 minutes of the game played, and City have dominated this game so far. Here's Leno. Wide to Holding. City, I mean, if they'd scored 2 or 3 goals there and been a bit more ruthless. Ooh, Leno's in trouble here. Great pass out the back to Bukayo Saka. Arsenal on the attack now with Tierney. Kieran Tierney. Bukayo Saka. Oh, Arsenal going forward here. Seems like there's a lot of space for Arsenal as well. It's a good switch by Saka over to Pepe. Amindu's here. He says a 3-1 prediction to Manchester City. Here's Mohamed El Neni. Wide to Bellerin. pitch seems massive. I'm not sure why, but the pitch does seem massive today. Seems like there's a lot of space for both sides. Wide for Kieran Tierney. He can cross a football, can Kieran Tierney. It's blocked by Cancelo. Behind for a throw-in, not quite a goal kick. Amindu's favourite player is Sterling, of course, and he scored for you. Loay says, my uncle's an Arsenal fan, so you can imagine. Yeah, he definitely won't be happy with that start to the game. And Danielle has gone with a 2-1 to City, so lots of people predicting a City win. Well, they are 1-0 up currently. But things can change very quickly in football. We say it a lot on this channel, don't we? Things change very quickly in football. Margaret says, Gary, you numpty. I'd done the same. Yeah, it wasn't a problem on my end. I panicked then. There was something wrong with my microphone, but not quite. Here's Kieran Tierney. Plays it backwards. Rob Holding. Pablo Mari. City pressing well. Mohamed El Neni. Fernandinho went to nick it off him. Here's Bukayo Saka. Oh, Fernandinho can't nick it off him. Here is Saka. There's space for Pepe on that right-hand side, but they can't find him. Zinchenko intercepts it, then gives it away. No, Mahrez picks it. Oh, beautiful from Mahrez. Little back heel to Kevin De Bruyne. He plays the drive back, and then he's kicked by Bukayo Saka, and it's a free kick for Manchester City. And De Bruyne takes it swiftly back to John Stones. City looking very, very good today. Here's Diaz. Bernardo Silva, forward he comes on the left-hand side now. Arsenal, I think, are struggling to mark this, no fluid front line from City. We've said, haven't we? City's players are all over the place. Gundogan's currently on left wing. No, he's not. He's playing at striker now. And we know he does that, but Arsenal are struggling to mark it. Here's Ruben Diaz. Long ball over the top to Sterling. Really nice on his left foot. Bellerin deals with it. Gundogan onto that second ball. Great spin by Gundogan. He's pulled down by Rob Holding, referee. John Moss says no free kick. And long ball sent by Leno. For Odegaard. Fernandinho wins it to Xhaka. To Saka. Good tackle, Fernandinho. Brilliant tackle by the Brazilian. Bit of steal in the midfield that City miss, I suppose. And that's a nasty foul on Riyad Mahrez there. And Mahrez is down injured here, holding his calf. I think he will get up, the Algerian. He is going to get back up. But a late one there. It could be. It should have been a yellow card, really, for the Arsenal player there. Very late tackle by, I think it was Pablo Mari. Of course, came through City's City football group, didn't he, Pablo Mari? And never actually made an appearance for City, as many don't. Here's Ruben Diaz. Terrible pass, straight to Nicolas Pepe. And Fernandinho intercepts it, well played. The real kid plays. Imagine how angry AFTV will be for the early goal. Yeah. Lee Judges will be. I actually quite like Lee Judges. If anyone does watch Arsenal Fan TV, he seems like just a nice guy, doesn't he? And obviously, there is questions over the fact that they make money from the club. The more the club perform poorly, the more money they make over there. But Lee seems like a decent guy, and he's got his head on straight, hasn't he, about Arsenal? He's a very realistic Arsenal fan. He's not deluded like the others type. It's like a soap opera, isn't it? You know the people on it. You know all the names. And it's incredible what they've achieved over there, really. Here's Diaz. Out wide to John Stones. Great pass on his left foot. Got a decent left foot, Ruben Diaz, on him. Stones plays a couple of 1-2s with Kevin De Bruyne. Oh, he tries a difficult pass into Bernardo Silva, giving away to Granit Xhaka. And Arsenal look to counter. Look at Bellerin making a run forward here. With pace. Pepe in behind. Great pass by Bellerin. But Sterling's there. Good hard work from Raheem Sterling. And he walks it behind for a goal kick. Well played, Raheem Sterling there. He followed that run of Pepe, which was smart of him. Hard work. A replay here of the Sterling goal. Just easy. Clipped in, and Sterling's got a free header. Good header as well, actually, from Sterling. What is he, 5'6", 5'7"? He's got, the big Rob Holding there. No problems. Just knocks it in with his head. Rob Holding didn't even try and head it away. Very strange defending from Arsenal. But that's the usual, isn't it, from Arsenal defensively? Holding up here. Wins the header. El Neni away. Arsenal settled down now after the opening 10 minutes. They were absolutely terrible. Pepe. El Neni. Bellerin. The real kid plays as well. I can't believe Tottenham lost 2-1. Yeah, a 2-1 defeat for Tottenham against West Ham. Not sure even know where they are in the table now. What a ball that is through to Aubameyang from, I think it was Xhaka. No City player followed him. Luckily, it was just overhit slightly. Aubameyang, with his pacing behind, is going to cause problems. The City were sort of static defensively there. I think the new Ederson would always be there to save him. Quick off his line, Ederson reads those passes. And he's got to be alive, Ederson, when the other team's on the ball all the time, no matter where in the field, because if they play that ball in behind, he's there to pick the ball up. Here's Diaz, Zinchenko. Like we said at the start of the stream, if City were to win today, they'll be 19 points clear of the champions, Liverpool. 19 points clear. That's an incredible start. Bernardo, poor pass straight to Tierney. Sliced it, apologises, does Bernardo Silva. Here's Mohamed El Neni. Ødegaard. Fernandinho tackles him well. Behind for a throw-in for Arsenal. Bellerin takes the throw-in about 10 yards further forward. Just throw it in though, backwards to Rob Holding, back to Leno. He sends it long. Aubameyang, good little layoff. Zinchenko's going to be there first to Pepe, he does. Gundogan plays it back to him. Here is Alexander Zinchenko. Into Kevin De Bruyne. Got 2 men on him, 3 men round him, 3 Arsenal players. He manages to pass it away. Rob Holding following him. Clearly Arteta's told Arsenal to watch De Bruyne because they get straight round him whenever he's on the ball. Oh, what a ball! Wow, wow, wow. Kevin De Bruyne has just played a ridiculous pass through about 4 Arsenal players. But unfortunately, Gundogan couldn't get on the end of it. Rolls behind for a goal kick. But this pass from Kevin De Bruyne, I think Gundogan is offside. But it's a ridiculous pass. Ridiculous pass from Kevin De Bruyne. Unfortunately for us, nothing comes of it. And Gundogan was offside anyway, so he wouldn't have counted if he had put it in the back of the net and got on the end of it. Here is Ederson. Lowe asks, what is your thoughts on Marlon as a potential option for striker? Don't think he is more than 50 million. I have to be honest, I haven't seen that much of him. You know, I don't like to talk about players unless I've seen them, you know, actually play games. You can't say you've watched them one time and think they're like this or like that. I've seen videos and clips of him about Daniel Marlon. Came through Arsenal's youth team, didn't he? The young Dutchman playing at PSV now. He looks a very good option, doesn't he? He can play, can't he, on sort of left wing striker. I can't say I've seen much about him, but he is the sort of player that I could see City picking up for the striker position. My problem is with him, City need a prolific finisher. I don't think he's that sort of player, is he, Daniel Marlon? He's more like what City have got already in Gabriel Jesus, someone that likes to drift in from the left-hand side, gets involved with the play, a link-up sort of striker. From what I've seen of him anyway, he's not that sort of prolific finisher. As a backup, if Jesus left, then yeah, bring in Daniel Marlon, but I just don't think as a player, City needs someone who's just going to smash goals in. Do you know what I mean? A finisher. Marlon's not that sort of player. He's too similar to Gabriel Jesus, Sterling, that sort of not an out-and-out finisher. City lack an out-and-out finisher like Sergio Aguero, and they lack that at the club. They haven't got a finisher, so I'd be against the deal. But you know, if he was a backup for 50 million, you know, I think he'd cost less than that. But you'd have to see. Here's Stones bringing the ball forward for City. Bernardo on this right-hand side. He's looking for Mahrez, who's off a mile offside. Riyad Mahrez, he leaves it. Well, Mahrez leaves it, but the referee still gives offside because the Arsenal player stopped. Replay the Mahrez past the Sterling goal from a great angle. What a cross that is from Mahrez. And Sterling, I mean, good leap from Raheem Sterling, wasn't it, for that goal? Really good leap. Arsenal in the attack here is Nicolas Pepe's pace against Zinchenko. Might be an issue. The weak link at times, Zinchenko, but Pepe not had the chance to beat him yet. Goes backwards. Lowe says that's a fair assessment without much to go on. Yeah. From what I've seen, I have to be honest, I haven't seen much of him, so I can't really say, oh, he's this good as a player or that good as a player. But I just think from what I've seen, he's not what City need. Chance here! Oh! Blocked away, and then Aubameyang just couldn't get on the end of it. He's actually offside, so it wouldn't have counted. That was a great chance for Arsenal here. There's Bukayo Saka drifting in from this left-hand side. Tierney pulled it back to him. Aubameyang's a mile offside. And it was blocked by Aubameyang from going in. And that's a quick one for Arsenal. And a bit of a worry for City that they're back in this game pretty much. Here's Ederson. On the free kick for City, looking to play it short. I'd send that to Riyad Mahrez, Ederson, because he seems to be the problem causer at the moment. Ederson out to Diaz and then into Ederson once again. Wide to Stones. No options here. Stones has to clear it on his left foot. Up to Gundogan. Unlucky. Bernardo does well. City can't keep possession though, and Arsenal back in possession. City struggling to play out from the back there. Good pressing from Arsenal. Here they are again. Pablo Mari for Arsenal. El Neni. Him and Xhaka, the two men, you know, set with the ideas by Arteta to try and play their long balls forward to make things happen in midfield. That's poor by Holding. He's given the ball away, and here's Sterling down the left-hand side. De Bruyne is making a great run in behind. Sterling should have found him 10 minutes ago, Raheem Sterling, and he passed it to Bruyne too late and straight out for a goal kick. That's poor by Sterling. I know he scored an early goal, but other than that and since that, he's been terrible. Goal kick to Arsenal. Leno's not quite sure what to do with it, whether to send it long, to play it short. City have got the high press on. Leno is struggling to decide what to do. He does send it long. To fullback Tierney, nods it down to Saka. Well played, Arsenal. Oh, and here's Tierney. Arsenal in behind City's defence here. Tierney up against João Cancelo. Tierney can't keep the ball in play. Poor touch by Kieran Tierney. City back in possession with a throw-in. Now, just ahead of the corner flag in their own corner, really. João Cancelo takes the throw-in. Lewis says Tierney's not much sharp. That's true. I actually think he's a good player, Tierney. I'd take him at City. Or Cancelo with a terrible pass out. Fernandinho in there. Diaz clears it. Well played, City. Can City get in the attack now? Because there's 5 Arsenal players back and City very much in the corner. The counter. And they've gone into the corner pretty much with Sterling. Here's De Bruyne. Poor pass. Holding across to him. Wide to Sterling. Here's De Bruyne. Poor pass by De Bruyne. And Leno will pick it up pretty easily. City, since the opening minutes, they've got an early goal, but haven't been really at it. I think Arsenal have been the better side for the last 5 minutes. Here's Granit Xhaka. Holding. Mohamed El Neni. Looking to bring the ball forward, Mohamed El Neni, but he's not quite sure what to do. Here's Leno for Arsenal. Playing it out from the back, Arsenal. Slowing things down. It's a good ball by Leno. Immediately breaks the City press and Bellerin's on the ball here. Sterling a push forward towards the centre-back. Ball into the middle to Aubameyang, and he just gives it away straight to Fernandinho. That's poor by Aubameyang, and City in possession once again. Can City get hold of the ball a bit now? They haven't done for a while. Diaz. Back to Edison. Into Fernandinho. Alexander Zinchenko on this left-hand side. Good pass into Diaz. He brings the ball forward from centre-back. Gundogan picks it up. Turns. Got options to the right of him. Goes backwards to João Cancelo. Who then goes forward to John Stones. John Stones playing as a wing-back now. And here comes John Stones. Making a run forward. Wide to Riyad Mahrez. Arsenal getting bodies across to Riyad Mahrez now. Stopping him from being one-on-one with Tierney. Fernandinho, Sterling, back to Fernandinho on the halfway line. Zinchenko, De Bruyne on this left-hand side now. Zinchenko. City starting to control the game a bit more here. Here's Kevin De Bruyne. Oh, great movement by Gundogan into the middle there. Cancelo. Good movement from Stones. Bombing forward here, John Stones. Might go wide to Mahrez. No, he's going to go back here to Kevin De Bruyne. City controlling the game now. This is good to see. João Cancelo. Mahrez on this right-hand side. Looking to take on Tierney once again. Goes back to João Cancelo. He's going to have a run, João Cancelo. Here he comes, João. Oh, and he just can't. He loses the ball, but City still in possession. Arsenal got pretty much every player back, I think. Barring Aubameyang. What a ball this is through to João Cancelo, who cuts it back. And there's no striker in the box. And we said, haven't we? We need a striker. No one there in the box to finish that chance for City. Oh, poor pass by Xhaka. Arsenal get away with it. No one's gambling the box. That's what a striker does, says Lowe. Well, it's what Ilkay Gundogan does. He's the only player that does it, and he's a midfielder, and of course, he seems quite new to him, so he doesn't do it every time. And he was there helping create the chance there. City just needed someone. Sterling. Why Sterling wasn't in the box, I don't know. Just a tap then in the back post. Here's Zinchenko. Arsenal should be 3 or 4 down here. I think the worrying thing is City aren't battering Arsenal quite yet. And that gives Arsenal a chance to get into the game. Here's Stones up the right-hand side of the field. Cancelo. Stones. Diaz on the halfway line. Passed him to his partner. Fernandinho's pretty much partnering with the halfway line. Fernandinho starts back into his own half now. Picks up the ball and switched it to Riyad Mahrez. Poor one from Fernandinho. Not wide enough. And Granit Xhaka's on the ball for Arsenal once again. Back to Pablo Mari. Arsenal in possession. And they will look to try and get him behind the City defence. Oh, it's a poor touch by Saka. João Cancelo in there. And City could counter now. Bernardo Silva having a bit of a run at Arsenal. Bernardo. Gundogan. Gundogan. Wide to Mahrez. Here's Riyad Mahrez. Mahrez. Oh, brilliant skill pass Xhaka, but he's lost control of the ball. Tries to cross it in. Sat Granit Xhaka down there. Riyad Mahrez up against Tierney now this time. And back he goes to Kevin De Bruyne. John Stones. Zinchenko. Takes the ball on the turn. Gundogan back to Zinchenko. Trying to make some space for himself. Stones. City now controlling the possession. Arsenal did for, maybe 10 minutes or so. But City have taken the game back into their hands at the moment. John Stones back to Ruben Diaz. Diaz on the halfway line. City with 70% possession so far. Cancelo. Stones. Stones looking for a pass. Can he find one? To Cancelo. Back to Stones. City inching their way forward here with every pass. Stones. Cancelo. Sort of waiting for Arsenal to make a mistake, you'd say. Not make a stake. That'd be an interesting one on the football field, wouldn't it? Here's Tierney. Back he goes to Pablo Mari. City have sloppily given it away. And Arsenal have given it straight back. Fernandinho, Gundogan, Bernardo Silva. Big tackle by Mari who dived in. Gundogan's in there to win it back though. And Arsenal get lucky. City just not quite there, are they? Just not quite there. And here's Arsenal on the counter with Bukayo Saka one-on-one with Ruben Diaz. He's got Aubameyang bursting through the middle. Saka, looked to play it wide to Pepe. Good interception by Fernandinho. Tries to get it wide to Pepe, who is offside, and the ball goes behind for a goal kick. He was unlucky there, Saka. If he'd found Pepe, he would have been on one-on-one with Ederson on this right-hand side. Fernandinho just reads the game so well, doesn't he, the Brazilian? Luis is, I think, the second goal kills off Arsenal, but Arsenal is a game of two. The football is a game of two halves, definitely, and it can change in the second half if City were 2-0 up. But I think if City were 2-3-0 up, that would kill the game off, and they should be 2-3-0 up, shouldn't they? Really, City, from the way the game's gone so far, not finished the chances. You think of that Sterling one if he passed it to Gundogan. Mahrez had a great chance, been unlucky really. De Bruyne, City play through Arsenal brilliantly again. Look at the space of Mahrez. Look at the space for Riyad Mahrez. Having a run at Tierney. Having a run, Mahrez. Mahrez! Oh, great block by Holding. Gundogan's in there. Headed away by Xhaka. They're getting very lucky, Arsenal. Good takedown by Aubameyang. El Neni. Saka. Oh, and it's an overhit pass to Bukayo Saka. And you can see the frustration on the Arsenal players' faces. Saka there. They feel like they're not going to touch the ball. And Arsenal, like City, want to be on the ball. And they don't like playing when they're not on the ball, pretty much. Here's Cancelo. Back he goes to Ruben Diaz. Stones. Diaz. Looks like Arsenal are just trying to stick in the game pretty much, doesn't it? Here's Ruben Diaz. Bernardo Silva. Back he goes. Fernandinho. Wide to Kevin De Bruyne. City, this game's being played at walking pace at the moment. Arsenal with no intent to press City. Just sitting in their shape. Good ball. Sliding tackle clearance by Saka. All he could do, really. 27, 28 minutes gone now. City very much in control of this game. Arsenal looking to get goals on the counter, though. It's a throw-in for Arsenal. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Arteta barking orders to his players. Of course, Arteta known to speak to different language to the players from different places. Pepe speaks in French. I think Aubameyang probably speaks French as well, doesn't he? Arsenal's next 6 fixtures, they've got Benfica, Leicester, Burnley, Tottenham, West Ham, Liverpool. Not an easy running. They'll be looking to get quite far in the Europa League because that's probably their best chance at getting a Champions League spot. Leno sends it long. Diaz, good header. Back on the ball are Arsenal once again. Bellerin looking for a pass. He does inside to Martin Odegaard. Back to Bellerin once again. Fernandinho on him and Bellerin just puts it out for a throw-in. Wasn't sure what to do there, Hector Bellerin. Couldn't take a touch on the ball. Zinchenko takes the throw-in for Manchester City. Not sure where to throw it. Zinchenko is. He's looking around a bit. Does throw it. It's looking there. Holding. Ooh, straight through the back of Ilkay Gundogan there. That looked like a foul to me. Tierney. Shoots and it's into the hands of Edison. Tierney had a shot there from a weird angle and City are on the counter here. Kevin De Bruyne. Tierney does not look fit. He's limping back. Here's Kevin De Bruyne. He's usually a man with a lot of energy, isn't he, Kieran Tierney? But he's not got it at the moment. Here's Riyad Mahrez. Makes his way back, does Kieran Tierney. De Bruyne. Crosses one into Bernardo Silva. Cleared away by Holding. Wasn't a great pass from De Bruyne. De Bruyne down to Cancelo. And back to Stones. Arsenal have not been that bad, you know. I don't think Arsenal can do what they did to City last season. City are a different beast defensively. And the way I asked what was a thud, that was me moving my hand and hitting it off my microphone. But yeah, City are much better defensively. I still think Arsenal could catch them on the counter though. They've got it in them, Arsenal, with Aubameyang's pace. Well, he missed a couple of sitters, didn't he, against Benfica the other day. Gundogan back to Zinchenko. He'll go backwards. Diaz. Stones in space. Wide to Mahrez. Is he offside here, Riyad Mahrez? He says. Mahrez spends out. I mean, Mahrez had such a great start, didn't he? But he's offside plenty of times now. Frustrating seeing Riyad Mahrez do that. And here's Sergio Aguero on the bench there for City. Maybe we'll get him on today. The blonde Sergio's gone. Or the white-head Sergio, whatever you think it was. Back to his natural hair colour. And here's Edison. Diaz. Here is Diaz. Looking to play a pass for City. Can't play it short, can't play it long at the moment. Has to go back to John Stones, who's made a passing angle for Ruben Diaz. Oh, good pass by Edison out to Zinchenko. That's broke a bit of the press from Arsenal. Pepe chases Zinchenko, and Zinchenko just turns back. Wastes Pepe's energy pretty much. Here's John Stones. Heavy touch, but he brings it out from the back, does Stones. Got Mahrez wide. Goes inside to Bernardo. He goes wide to João Cancelo. Rarely see João Cancelo in a wide position. Stones. De Bruyne. Stones again. Bringing the ball forward into Fernandinho. Zinchenko. That was he's going to go. Diaz. Stones. City controlling the position of the lead. Very patient as well, City at the moment. Diaz, good little switch to Sterling here. Elneny across. Sterling gets there ahead of him. Well played. De Bruyne. Zinchenko's arriving late. Cross in. Tierney clears away. That's a poor cross, really. And Arsenal on the counter now. Here's Granit Xhaka looking for that long ball in behind to Bukayo Saka. Has to go short, can't go in behind. Xhaka once again. Back to Elneny. Xhaka, Elneny once more. No forward passes from Arsenal. Kieran Tierney. Mari switches the play to Rob Holding. Good pass inside. But Fernandinho, strong in the tackle. Wins it back, Fernandinho. Sterling in space. Gundogan. Gundogan! Oh, great block by Rob Holding. A few times Holding's made critical blocks. Now here's De Bruyne. Fouled by Xhaka. Play on. Bernardo. He's having a run in the box now. Oh, he forgets the football, Bernardo Silva. Passes it straight back to Arsenal. And Tierney will look to send it long, surely. Oh, he's going to run it, Tierney. Into Saka. Granit Xhaka looks to have picked up an injury after that tackle from Fernandinho. Holding. Ødegaard dropping deep to number 11. Loan signing for Arsenal. No option to buy in that deal though. He will be going back to Real Madrid. Similar to the Ceballos deal though. I think Ceballos is a very good player. I'm very surprised he hasn't started today. A defensive approach from Arteta, putting Xhaka and El Neni in there. Here is Tierney on the left hand side. Down the line to Saka. Saka up against John Stones. Stones across to him. Knocks it out for a throw in. Let's give a throw into City here. Great tackle that is by Fernandinho on Granit Xhaka. Sterling was in there. Gundogan got in his way. I think Sterling could have hit that first time really. Gundogan should have left it. I don't think Gundogan knew that Sterling was in there. I think Bellerin running back, maybe Gundogan thought that Bellerin was going to get there ahead of Sterling. Bernardo Silva with a clearance. Bellerin takes it down. El Neni. Will he turn Mohamed El Neni? He doesn't. It goes back to Granit Xhaka. He will go to play it forward on his left foot. Tierney. 34 minutes played. We're approaching half time here. El Neni. Nice ball. City 2-on-1 here on this left hand side. Bellerin with the cross in. Lofted into Saka. Aubameyang sends it the wrong way. Out to Granit Xhaka on the edge of the box. Through to Bukayo Saka. Tierney's going to lift one in. Oh, Ødegaard at the back post. And he just can't get the ball under control. And behind for a goal kick. Probably would have been better hitting that first time. Martin Ødegaard. Poor clearance by Riyad Mahrez though there for City. Maybe should try to hit that first time. Martin Ødegaard. Controls it on his sort of knee shin area. It bounced behind for a goal kick. His third successive start for Arsenal, Martin Ødegaard, since he's joined. Clearly impressed Mikel Arteta. Oh, and a long ball by City that goes straight through to Leno. City haven't been great either. They looked really, really good in his opening 5 minutes or so. If they got a couple of goals then, could have been a different game. Arsenal lacking urgency at the moment, aren't they? Which could be a problem. Here's El Neni, back to Holding. Through the middle. Xhaka, good switch of play by Xhaka to Tierney. Cancelo across. Tierney's going to try and run him. Can't do so. Bukayo Saka's finding space in the middle there. To Saka on this left hand side. He's probably Arsenal's best player at the moment, Saka. Xhaka. Good block by Fernandinho. Sterling can't clear. Oh, Sterling's in space here. Can he have a bit of a run at Arsenal now, Sterling? No. Back to De Bruyne. Zinchenko. El Neni's pressing. Zinchenko to Diaz. Diaz turns and goes back to Edison calmly. Stones. The game's really died out, hasn't it? Past 15 minutes or so. Here's John Stones. Bernardo. Cancelo. Here's Diaz. City need to get another goal, really. At the moment, they're not looking like they've got much intent in going forwards. Diaz. I think Diaz and Stones might be a bit frustrated as centre-backs because there's no one to pass to. Diaz brings the ball forward himself. Oh, he's lost it. Oh, brilliantly done. Oh, how is that a foul? Wait, Diaz puts his foot on the ball. He loses the ball, try to bring it forward, Ruben Diaz. Puts his foot on the ball. And somehow it's a free kick to Arsenal. I'm not sure how. Good tackle by Diaz. I think he does clip at Aubameyang slightly. He still won the ball back, Diaz, but he clipped, I think, Aubameyang's ankle. Aubameyang's staying down because he's desperate to get Diaz a yellow card. He's desperate. They're not getting one. The Arsenal players crowded the referee in the hope to get something. But no yellow card was given by Jonathan Moss. Rob Holding goes back to Mohamed El Neni. Rob Holding again. Xhaka. Arsenal definitely are playing some better football now. Here's Hector Bellerin running forward. Look at the pace of Bellerin. Sterling's back defending. Ødegaard. Terrible switch by Ødegaard. See how Arsenal got lucky. They got it back there. It's a poor touch by Bernardo Silva. Tierney. Chance here. John Stones clears. Tierney up against Cancelo. He puts it behind for a throw-in. City is struggling now. I can see Arsenal scoring, you know, before half-time. City need to kill the game off. They've not looked like they're doing it today. They don't look ruthless enough, really, going forward. City get a throw in here. Bellerin's knocked it out. Sky Sports too busy showing the replays. Good clearance by John Stones, though, that was in there. Here's Zinchenko. On the throw-in for City, looking to put it forward. Does throw it straight to Gundogan, who knocks it out for a throw-in. It's poor by City. They've been really poor, City, in this latter stage of this game. I think they'll be happy to go in at 1-0 at half-time, really, because they're not showing the form in the first 10 minutes. Good turn by Xhaka. El Neni. I think it's encouraging for Arsenal fans and for Arsenal themselves that they get back into this game, being only 1-0. Oh, Tierney's away from Cancelo. Chance for a cross, Tierney. Crosses it in. Fernandinho clears behind for a corner. This is not good enough from City at the moment. Oasis could be that 1-0 FIFA prediction. It very much could be if City can just hold on. Because they don't look like scoring, do they really? Really don't look like scoring. Tierney's having a good game. I know he struggled in the first half, didn't he? With Mahrez. In the first half of the first half sort of thing. But he's been doing pretty well since then. He looks pretty tired though, Tierney. Now it's like chance for a corner here. And they'll get Holding in there. Mari. Could score a goal, Arsenal, from this set piece. In comes the cross. Oh, knocked away, and Zinchenko. Good nod on. Good flick on. Zinchenko away. Zinchenko away again. Saka. Straight to Mahrez. Oh, he's got De Bruyne in space down the line, Riyad Mahrez. City need to hit them on a counter, but I genuinely think City are terrible at counter-attacking. Stones. Diaz. Brings the ball forward. Gundogan. Zinchenko. City struggling to find space. Really struggling to find space for this Arsenal midfield. Arsenal have sort of woke up after though. I mean, they'll be very disappointed, Arsenal, if they didn't concede that early goal. I fully believe this would be a 0-0 game, and Arsenal would feel like they're the better side. Stones, Bernardo Silva. Oh, in behind to De Bruyne. Across the box. Ooh, nearly went in that shot from Kevin De Bruyne's shot. Sort of cross. I think it was a cross. He's just sliced it slightly. Leno knew it was going over the bar. So 42 minutes played. Still 1-0 to City, and not much has happened since that goal. Arsenal have had the more chances since that goal, really. Bellerin sends it long. Good pass into Ødegaard. Great footwork from Ødegaard. Back to Bellerin. El Neni. Ooh, little tripping in from Fernandinho. They play on. Arteta tells El Neni to go backwards. And he's Granit Xhaka on that left foot of his. Oh, what a pass into Bukayo Saka. He goes wide to Tierney. It's a heavy one, but Tierney will get in the end of it. Good lift and good cross, and Stones gets it away. And Mahrez loses out to Saka. He's been rubbish, Mahrez, since he's opening first few minutes where he's all over them. Here's Mari. Holding. El Neni. Aubameyang. El Neni once more. Holding again. Trying to play his ball forward. Holding does a long pass up the top. If Bellerin wins this, it's on to Pepe. It is. Arsenal are in here. Bellerin's in acres of space. Oh, good interception by Ilkay Gundogan. Pepe on the rebound with a shot. And he dragged his shot a mile wide. But Arsenal had a brilliant chance there to go level. The long ball that's causing City problems. Zinchenko isolated on his own against Pepe and Bellerin. Bellerin wins the knock onto Pepe. Pass it into Bellerin. Gundogan, great reading the play to intercept. And then Pepe, it falls back to him and he drags his shot a mile wide. Into the side netting. The real kid places it might just be 2-1 City. We'll have to see. Arsenal are looking the better side, aren't they? And they come forward again, Arsenal. Holding. Xhaka. Tierney. Back to Granit Xhaka. Every time. They're looking in behind City on that left foot of Xhaka's. Tierney. Saka wide to Tierney. Giving too much space to cross. And now Granit Xhaka picks it up. Can he switch it? Fernandinho away. De Bruyne in. Well played, Kevin De Bruyne. Bellerin. El Neni. Ooh, Arsenal nearly played himself into trouble there, but they did pretty well to get out of it. Xhaka. Odegaard in behind for Aubameyang here. Ederson off his line. Ederson with a big clearance away. Aubameyang was in there, causing Stones a bit of problems. And Mari goes back to Bernd Leno. 6 attempts by City, only 3 for Arsenal. But those attempts seem to come really early on in the game. Since then, I feel like Arsenal have been the better side. Well, we're nearly at 45 minutes now. Can only see it being 1 minute of added time or whatever. There won't be too many. Here's El Neni. Leno. El Neni again. Here's Bukayo Saka. Wide to Mari. Tierney's playing pretty much left wing. Considering he's playing sort of a left centre-back position for Arsenal. He's the most attacking player on that left-hand side at the moment. He's allowing Saka to tuck inside. Here's Granit Xhaka. Great ball. Odegaard, he's got Pepe and acres of space on the right-hand side. Here's Nicolas Pepe. Pepe, step over against Zinchenko. Pepe into the box. Diaz clears. And Bellerin gets the rebound. Arsenal looking to draw level just before half-time. There's 1 minute of added time. We've already played 30 seconds of it. Xhaka swings when it's poor. Sterling. Not a great clearance either. Holding through the back of De Bruyne. Gundogan. Fouled by Granit Xhaka, and that's a free kick to City, and that will see surely the end of the first half and get us ready for the second half. Hopefully Gundogan's okay. Went to clear the ball. Ooh, got a kick on the ankle by Xhaka. Studs up. He looks up though and fine. The real kid plays. I deleted my 365. I still owe my friends the money. Yeah, don't be betting on the City game today. Well, 46 minutes and 30 seconds played now. Surely, as soon as Ederson kicks this ball, he's going to give half time. And he does. So that's half time. Manchester City won. Arsenal nil at half time. Arsenal have been the better team in the second half of the first half. City scored early on, didn't they, through Riyad Mahrez, but since then, City haven't really been up to it. They had a few chances, but not scored. So it's half-time, Manchester City 1, Arsenal 0. We'll be right back after the half-time break.
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own city.
Hello and welcome back at half-time. And we're joined today by our celebrity guest. It's half-time talk with Kent Lane.
Thank you. Well, City have managed to go in 1-0 up, which is not unusual for City, as Tom Jones might say. Raheem, he scored early, very early. Again, we seem to be quite specialists at scoring early goals in some matches, but very surprised to see tiny little Raheem, virtually unchallenged in the Arsenal box, to rise triumphantly like a leaping salmon and claim that goal. A nicely worked goal as well. But I think since then, for about 40 minutes, we haven't had another shot on goal on target, at least. So although we've pressured Arsenal and had a lot of possession, it's been a game of 2 quarters really, because they came back into it towards the sort of last few minutes of the half. And they've had quite a few shots, but our defence, as ever, has been up to it, and been more than a match for City. Of course, I think they say granite, Xhaka. Apparently, granite's one of the hardest stones you can get, one of the hardest rocks. But it looks like our stones beats granite at the moment, which is just a measure of his ongoing performances. I think he's played 21 games and won 20 of them. So what a turnaround John Stones has had. What's your view there on how things are going?
Yeah. Well, in terms of the game, I'm pretty happy. I sort of defensively, but I think City they scored that early goal, then they started having a go at Arsenal, and then it just dipped off. Then when they didn't score, they should have scored 3 or 4 at the start, and then they could have maybe relaxed like they have done. But they've scored 1 and then relaxed, and I feel like Arsenal have really got a way back in.
They did. I think they were there for the taking really early on, and if we'd have been a bit craftier in the box, we'd have been more than 1 goal up. We seem to be putting some aimless crosses into the box with nobody there or not finding a man. We've had Mahrez, who's done some good things, but he's been far too greedy again at times, and weaving through people, but always trying to shoot every single time and never giving the right pass to anybody. That's been a little bit frustrating, and that's not the first time I'm saying that in a match. Rob Holding, well, he's certainly been holding his own for Arsenal. We need to start robbing Holding, to be honest. City, I don't think they've had a lot of urgency to the play. They've had patient, steady build-up, good organised attack, moving forward, sometimes moving back, then moving forward, but no massive urgency, apart from just an odd time. And there's been quite a few occasions where we've passed badly, passed straight to an Arsenal player, lost possession, or passed to a player who's not understood. We had a little on the left, to the left of the Arsenal box, Raheem giving the ball back for Kevin, but Kevin had stopped his run and the pass came too slowly. So Kevin's back after about a month out, but he's not. I don't think it's ticking away. It's not a well-oiled machine at the minute. We're just a little bit off, I think. But that'll come. You can see that it's going to come, but they're just not quite connected in the way that they do it their absolute best. So I'm hoping that things change. Arteta must be happy to be going in just 1-0 down, really. I mean, I think he might feel that they should at least be drawing, but I think he'll be glad that they're not going into the half-time there with more than 1 goal deficit, He'll be quite calm, I think, about how things are going, and he'll be telling his players to carry on playing very much as they already are, to be honest. So he's probably doing his hair in the mirror, not that he has to do, because it looks like it's sprayed on. It never changes his hair. I'm quite jealous. City's defending, we seem to actually be leaving more people back nowadays. instead of all rushing forward and perhaps leaving us a bit, a little bit lacking at the back to the counter attack, we seem to be keeping 2 or 3 back, or certainly ready to be defending any balls that come forward. So I think that's been a change to City's play, really, because you might see Cancelo moving forward, but sometimes Zinchenko would also move down the flank, but now he's tending to stay back if one of them moves forward. So it seems a little bit more organised in defence, which I'm pleased to see. I think it's looking promising for City, ultimately. I can't see that we'll get beaten today. There's a good chance that Arsenal will score, but we certainly need to up our game because we're not attacking properly. We need to get stuck in. We've had, I think Arsenal have had, well, they've not had a handful of shots on target, but they've had a small pocket full of shots on target, and that's worrying. A bit like the small pocket you get in your jeans to the, in between the other bigger pocket. So Arteta will be working on that and say, look, you're doing well, you're getting the shots on target, you're getting there, you're getting in the right positions. Bellerin, well, it's more like Bella out, to be honest, because I think he could have done better just almost at half time there for the chance that they had on the right, and I think Pepe eventually shot wide, I think, and so again a little bit of a scare for City. I was just worried at the end there when Gundogan went down. He's not a man who goes down very often, but when he does, you start to worry and think that's not like him at all. He's not a man to go down, I would say. But everything's looking good. We're getting our players back from injury. We're getting, we're able to rotate. It's looking very good for the league. It's looking very good, I think, now for the Champions League. We might end up with several trophies this season. I don't know what you think.
I'm hoping so, but I'm not quite sure. I think the Champions League just never seems to happen, does it? And then as for the Premier League, I think that should be won now. The Carabao Cup, they're already in the final against Spurs. I'm not quite sure on that because it's a one-half game, and we know what Spurs can be like, even though they've been so poor for so long now. Yeah. And the same for the FA Cup, I suppose. City could end up, they've got Everton away. There's just so many games. It wouldn't surprise me if they were just so tired when it got to that Everton away game that they were to lose it.
Oh, well, yeah, Everton can be a little bit of a bogey ground for us. I mean, we seem to have broken that hoodoo that we had over us. I remember us playing against Everton at Everton, and a fan chaining himself, handcuffing himself to Joe Hart's goalpost.
I remember that.
Yeah. And we lost that game. So, I think, I've never been chained to handcuffed to a goalpost. And I certainly wouldn't want to try that. Certainly not when there's balls flying about. But, I would. I'm just hoping that, City, we've got a lot of games in a short amount of time coming, one after the other. And so Pep is very used to rotating. And he'll do that in virtually every game, I think. So,
yeah, definitely. What are your score predictions? What are your score predictions for the second half?
I would think it's going to be 3-1 to City.
3-1?
Yeah.
You definitely think Arsenal will grab a goal then?
Well, they look like they are going to do. They look more like they were going to do than City did after we got our opening goal. So they'll build on that. They'll try to build on that. Of course, in doing that, they'll leave space at the back for us. So as long as we start to play more to our abilities, and Mahrez starts to pass instead of keeping the ball far too long, we'll be all right. Sterling's looking good as well. I'm liking his weaving in and out and his movement. And that's another good thing that City have got. Lots of movement off the ball, and it does bamboozle Arsenal at times. They certainly got the right name anyway. Arsenal. City 1.
Well, thank you very much for coming on, Ken. It's been great to have you again. See you next time.
Thank you very much. Bye for now, everyone.
I've got something to say. You should hear it all.
Hello, welcome back for the second half. That was Kent Selane there at half time. Our little celebrity guest, and he came on and gives a bit of a talk, because he does a big City fan. He supported City a very long time, and I've been to a few games with him actually, and he's a great guy. So that's great for having Kent on there. Good for him to come on, and he predicts a 3-1 for the second half. I think there was a couple of 3-1 predictions as well. So let's see if that comes out in the second half. The teams are coming out here. Arsenal and City. City in their white, Arsenal in their red. And will City be able to see this game out of the way? Says, just like Lustre after the first goal, definitely City sort of took the foot off the gas, didn't they? But it wasn't good enough. City's too comfortable, I think, to just sort of play in front of their back line. The real kid plays is sign Mason Mount. He's really good in my FIFA 21 career mode. Well, I wouldn't be signing Mason Mount for City. Just got too many options, haven't they? Where would Mason Mount play? We've got Foden in the current career mode. Foden, Grealish, Zakaria, De Bruyne, Kang-in Lee. Just too many players. And the real kid plays, will LFC get European football? I think yes. I think they're going to struggle to get top 4, Liverpool. I think they really will struggle. I don't know if they'll get it or not, honestly. I'm not quite sure they will get it. I think they might really struggle to get top 4, but we'll have to see. It'd be nice if they missed out on it, wouldn't it? I think, well, when you say Europe, they'll get Europa League. That's a definite. They'll finish in the Europa League space. It's whether they can fit into the Champions League in that top 4. And West Ham are doing brilliantly out there. I hope West Ham get Champions League. I really do. Along with Leicester. Something a bit different. Maybe Chelsea. I think Chelsea will get top 4 though under Tuchel. I know they had a draw yesterday against Southampton, but I can see them getting into the top 4. So, second half underway, Manchester City versus Arsenal. City lead by 1-0. We're still at 585 subscribers, so if we can go up by 1 during this live stream, that'd be very much appreciated. Just a few subscribers, every now and again. And the City team, if you haven't seen the City team, if you're just joining for the second half, he's on the left-hand side of your screen there. And Edison in goal, of course, Cancelo, Diaz, Stones and Zinchenko in there. In the back 4, Gundogan, Fernandinho and Bernardo in the middle, with Sterling, De Bruyne and Mahrez up top. And City immediately in possession here with Sterling on the left-hand side against Zinchenko. Back to those centre-backs, Ruben Diaz and John Stones. Been trying to push the attacks forward for City, but it just hasn't been quite working, hasn't it, in the first half. And hopefully City can make things change in the second half. Here's Diaz. Giving Diaz plenty of space here. Need to be careful, Arsenal. Although I think that's probably a tactic to give Diaz space, because they're less competent on the ball with Stones. Sterling took on Bellerin there to cut back. Sterling. Zinchenko smashed it into Rowe's head. Anywhere but there, Alexander Zinchenko. And that could have been a goal. He had a great opportunity there in plenty of space. Ghosted in. But just couldn't get the right connection on the ball. It's a goal kick for Arsenal. City surely should be trying to score a second and third goal here. Leno as well. Arsenal played out the back really well in that first half towards the end of it. And they've given the ball away here to Fernandinho. It is Fernandinho. Great ball into Sterling. Leaves it to Bernardo. Giving away, and Arsenal back on the ball once again. Xhaka with a good clearance out to Aubameyang. John Stones. Forward thinking defending. You'll love to see it. Good play by Stones there. He's actually the furthest player forward at the moment after that interception. But he read that pass, and it was a risk, that by Stones, because if he didn't get on that ahead of Aubameyang, you know, with his pace, would be right in behind him. But John Stones, he backed his ability, and he beat Aubameyang to it. It is Sterling. Flick over the top to Zinchenko. Oh, here comes Alexander Zinchenko in behind the Arsenal defence. Zinchenko. De Bruyne in loads of space. De Bruyne! De Bruyne! Oh! He's just tried to dink it from the edge of the box. What a finish that would have been. What a finish that would have been. Just dips Leno. Nearly dips it into the far corner. Really good attempt from Kevin De Bruyne. It's not far wide. And it looks like the rain's coming down in North London. Luis's 700th game for Fernandinho. Didn't know that. I didn't know that either. 700 games for Fernandinho. It shows how long he's been at the club now. And what a player he's been. What a player he's been. Every year he's been good. I don't think he's had one bad year, really, Fernandinho. I really don't. I know in that second season under Pellegrini, he was sort of in and out of the team alongside Fernando. Fernando was battling with him, but Fernando couldn't even fit, you know, lace Fernandinho's boots, could he? He's not a bad player as well, Fernando. If anyone watches Sevilla, he's good for them. Oh, De Bruyne has given the ball away cheaply and Arsenal back in possession. El Neni, Leno, hold him. He's a bit shaky on the ball, I think, Rob Holding. I wouldn't trust him. The Bolton man, ex-Bolton man. Here's Leno. Long he sends it. Ooh, Aubameyang's got on the end of this. Diaz does well. He's being grabbed by Aubameyang, and Diaz does really well to deal with that. And City, De Bruyne is in acres and acres of space now, Manchester City. De Bruyne plays in Raheem Sterling. He's up against Holding. He beats him for pace. Oh, brilliant tackle, Rob Holding. Brilliant tackle, risky. But it was a brilliant tackle by him. The slide in there and Sterling. Well played, Rob Holding. Here's Granit Xhaka back to Bernd Leno. I think Leno and Saka and maybe Xhaka touched the ball the most. Oh, Tierney's gone down like he's been shot here. Get up. Here's Bukayo Saka. El Neni. Look at the space here for Bellerin and Pepe on the right hand side for Arsenal. Here's Nicolas Pepe onto his left foot. Ødegaard. Back to Pepe. Pepe once more. Bellerin. Little one-touch stuff from Arsenal. Look at the space for Tierney. Pepe. Pepe. Shoots. Good block by Diaz. Mahrez clears away. Poor clearance by Mahrez again. Only about 2 yards outside the box. Here's Tierney. Crossing from Tierney. Cleared in by Stones. Bellerin on the end of it. Ødegaard. Holding. Ødegaard again. Arsenal looking dangerous. Holding with a cross in. And João Cancelo clears. Only as far as Granit Xhaka. De Bruyne in there to win it off him. Xhaka's been dispossessed. City on the counter. Bernardo Silva. Riyad Mahrez. Can he beat El Neni? Surely. Surely he can beat El Neni. Oh, he's running down. Oh. Had De Bruyne there. Here's Bernardo Silva. Arsenal get bodies back and City do what they did in the first half. They just slow the game down. And now have to try and break down this Arsenal team once more. Poor by City. Fernandinho. Stones. City genuinely can't counter-attack. Stones. Poor switch of play by Stones. Straight to Bellerin. And Arsenal back in possession. That's terrible from City. They don't look like they can attack today, City. Arsenal giving plenty of chances to counter-attack. And I think Arsenal know City are not very good at counter-attacking. So they're letting them do it. Arsenal not even sort of bursting to get back, are they, in defensive positions. They sort of just strolling back thinking, you know what? No problems for us. Here's Saka away from Bernardo Silva, then fouls him. And he's going to get a yellow card for that Bernardo Silva. First yellow card of the game goes to Bernardo. For a trip on Bukayo Saka. No, Bernardo purposely fouled Saka then. Tripped him. No intent to play the ball, just to kick his feet from underneath him. And rightfully gets a yellow card for that one. His third of the season. Granit Xhaka here. Ødegaard goes back to Rob Holding. Bernardo playing through the middle now. Ødegaard. Back to Holding once again. Pablo Mari. Slow. From Arsenal, same as City, but Saka looks very dangerous. Skips past Fernandinho, Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka, great block, John Stones. Saka looks very, very dangerous. Oh, they've given it away here to Sterling. Oh, foul on Sterling here by Granit Xhaka. He's not getting away with that one. And it's a yellow card for Granit Xhaka. Bellerin says he got the ball. I don't think he did. Sterling knocked the ball away from Xhaka and then he took him out. He definitely didn't get the ball. It's always going to be given as a free kick, that. A bit like the penalty that Everton got against Liverpool the other night. You know, Sterling would have been gone if you want to foul him. Xhaka didn't actually go to foul him. He just he sat down in front of him. But it's still a foul. Sterling. Bellerin's ended up on the floor here. Gundogan. Good run by Zinchenko. Gundogan's pass not good enough. Bellerin. Straight back to Gundogan. Good little drag back into Fernandinho. Lays it off to Ruben Dias. Dias. Into Zinchenko. Sterling. City way too slow on the ball here. Diaz. De Bruyne. Who's not had the best of games today, Kevin De Bruyne. Played one or two good passes, but other than that, he's been quiet. Here is De Bruyne, though. Heavy touch. Cuts inside and loses the ball, De Bruyne. Aubameyang, no interest to play the ball there, but just a run into John Stones. And Stones did well, stood strong. Headed it back to Fernandinho. Diaz. Gundogan, heavy touch. Lays it off to Diaz. Got lucky again. And Diaz goes back to Ederson. Arsenal doing a lot of running. Different to City. I feel like City aren't doing that much running off the ball in terms of chasing Arsenal down. Cancelo, Stones. Well played, Stones. Bernardo, great little turn by Bernardo Silva away from Saka. Uses his body well. Bernardo brings the ball forward, Bernardo Silva. Wide to Riyad Mahrez. Could go behind to Bernardo. He doesn't. He gives it into Zinchenko. I think it was meant for De Bruyne, but it finds Zinchenko. Here's Raheem Sterling on the left-hand side for City. Sterling with a chance. Sterling. Back to Zinchenko. Fernandinho. City go backwards once again. Need to be going forwards, really, don't they, City? Too slow, going backwards. Zinchenko, Fernandinho, Stones and Diaz all just seem to stand around the halfway line. And they're happy to receive the ball there. And just keep passing it between them. Looking for the forwards. It's not working. De Bruyne. What a pass by De Bruyne. Unlocks the defence. Gundogan. Oh, good tackle by Rob Holding. It's got to be a goal kick. Or a corner. Gundogan wants a penalty because he thinks he touched the hand of Rob Holding. I think it's got to be a corner. Oh no, Holding actually just slides in front of Gundogan and Gundogan misses the ball. It ends up going out for a goal kick. Well played, Rob Holding, really. I mean, if Gundogan had kept the possession of the ball, he surely would have switched it back onto his right foot and put it in the back of the net. Here's Zinchenko driving forward. De Bruyne starting to pick passes now, De Bruyne. Zinchenko. Oh, and he's lost the ball, Zinchenko. Couldn't play a pass. Ødegaard. Pass Fernandinho. Oh, and City managed to get it back. Fernandinho battling with Saka. Bukayo Saka ends up on the floor. Here's Bernardo Silva. He goes back to Mahrez. Cancelo. Oh, poor pass to Cancelo, but Cancelo does well. Here's Ruben Diaz bringing the ball well to City. Good driving run. De Bruyne out wide. Raheem Sterling takes on Bellerin. Good play from Sterling. Sterling his right foot. Falls to Gundogan. Great save by Leno in that bottom corner. Shot by Ilkay Gundogan. And Leno read it all the way, though. Loasis just bullied him off the ball by Fernandinho. Yeah, no, both Ødegaard and Saka bullied by Fernandinho. And Gundogan tries to put this one in the bottom corner. Leno always had that covered. But it wasn't a bad attempt by the German. Not a bad attempt. He wants his goal, does Ilkay Gundogan. He's used to scoring now. Here's Bernardo Silva. Cancelo on the edge of the box. Lifts one in, Cancelo. Ghosting in behind was Diaz. De Bruyne on the volley. What a hit that was. It's over the bar. Real nice strike from De Bruyne on the volley there and nearly puts it in the top corner. And then he cleared it to De Bruyne. Ooh, it's a nice hit, but he sliced it over the bar. Never going in by De Bruyne. Nice idea. Didn't hit it quite right, did he, the Belgian? Arsenal playing out from the back here and playing himself into trouble. Holding with a long ball. It goes out for a throw into City. City have had 11 attempts to Arsenal's 5 in this game, but only 1-0 up. And our City's you know, goal-scoring issues coming back into play here that we've seen over recent weeks. And I don't expect Sergio Aguero to come on at any time because he has travelled with the squad, Aguero, like the Everton game, but he didn't warm up with the team before the game. And that's twice in a row now. He's just not even warmed up. Cancelo lays it off to Mahrez. Here's Riyad Mahrez. Oh, plenty of options to pass. He finds Sterling on the switch. Sterling up against Bellerin. Oh, Sterling running into trouble. Odegaard across. Gives it back to De Bruyne. He's laid it off to Fernandinho well. Cancelo's made a great run up the right hand side. Cancelo first time cross, and his cross is poor. It's straight into the hands of Leno. And Arsenal back in possession with Bernd Leno. 58 minutes played now, nearly at the 60-minute mark. City still lead 1-0 to Arsenal. But it's not enough, I don't feel. Leno. Pablo Mari sends it long. Into Tierney, who's playing as a winger again, this left-hand side. Good work from Kieran Tierney. Cancelo got back to try and stop him. Xhaka. El Neni. Xhaka again, El Neni again. Good midfield play. And then Odegaard, he's been poor. He's given it away to Gundogan. Sterling's going to have a run, is he? Here he comes, Sterling. Odegaard's pulling him all over the place. Sterling. Back to Gundogan. Jonathan Moss plays advantage. Okay, Gundogan. To Cancelo. Lays it off to Stones. Stones to Diaz. Diaz looks to bring the ball forward. He goes to Zinchenko on the left of him, only a few yards away. Zinchenko. City haven't found that killer pass yet, have they? Or the killer finish, but they need a killer pass in there. Zinchenko. Well played. Switches it to Mahrez, who does keep it in. He doesn't head it straight out of play. It's a tough pass to control from Alexander Zinchenko, and Arsenal have a throw in here. Pep Guardiola's got to be worried with the City team. Holding brings the ball out from the defence way too easy. Way too easy. And it's a great switch of play. Arsenal in here. Tierney, and it's a poor touch by Kieran Tierney. Riyad Mahrez getting back and defending. Well played, Riyad Mahrez. And he goes back to the Brazilian Ederson. Ederson, good ball into Zinchenko. Lays it off. Well, Gundogan, in fact, to Zinchenko. He eventually did reach Alexander Zinchenko, didn't he? Here's Ederson. On his right foot sends it long. Mahrez holding up against Tierney. Gets ahead in it, Riyad Mahrez, but doesn't get it anywhere. And oh, Mahrez in trouble here. Great touch by Mari. I don't know if it was just luck. He flicked it away from De Bruyne, and De Bruyne looked like he was going to go through one-on-one then. If Mari had not used such good close control with the ball. The Spaniard, Pablo Mari, once again. On the ball for Arsenal. That was the Xhaka. It seems the Arsenal centre-backs, they either bring the ball forward and then pass it short, or they give it short to the likes of Xhaka, who's just passed it out to Tierney there really well. We've got a good passing range. Granit Xhaka and El Neni. Here's Granit Xhaka again. Looking for a pass. Good pass into Saka. Look at the space Bukayo Saka's in here. You've got Tierney to the left of him and finds him. Tierney looked across. Oh, and he puts it out for a goal kick. The pressure from João Cancelo put Kieran Tierney off. He looks very, very tired. Spends half his time with his hands on his knees, doesn't he, Tierney? He does not look fit. He is struggling. And maybe we see Cedric come on for Arsenal. Ooh, Aguero's warming up. Just maybe we see Sergio come on, but I very much doubt it. Hasn't been warming up the team, and if you look at the sort of warm-up he's doing on the sideline, he's just walking up and down. It looks like Aguero's not going to be coming on because Gabriel Jesus is going to be coming on for City here. Maybe for De Bruyne. Played 60 minutes now. Here's Xhaka. Mari. Cancelo's playing like striker now. Aubameyang. Get up, Aubameyang, you diver. Oh, City lose the ball. Aubameyang just threw himself on the floor there. Granit Xhaka. Wide to Pepe. I definitely feel Arsenal have got a goal in, and City have got to return with a second goal. But I just definitely feel Arsenal will score. They've got something about them at the moment. Mari. Odegaard. Mari again. City seems to be happy just at 1-0, which is a surprise, really. Xhaka. Wide to Pepe. He has to go back as well. Holding. Both sides playing a similar sort of style of football, really. Just waiting for the other side. Now Xhaka's gone long here. Terrible pass by Granit Xhaka, overhit. And it's a goal kick for City. And he passed that from in his own half, Granit Xhaka. Sent it all the way out for a goal kick. Probably not a bad idea, really. I couldn't see the run on the coverage. And it is Kevin De Bruyne coming off for City. He's not been at his best today. Just coming back from injury, Kevin De Bruyne. And off he comes, and on comes Gabriel Jesus. Do a bit of running up top, Jesus. And you can see why he's took him off. Just give him an hour, isn't he? 60 minutes. Loe says, does Pep overplay Kevin De Bruyne sometimes? Though this is a different circumstance considering the fact he came from injury. I think he does. Because I remember, you know, you're drawing teams in cup games and you get Kevin De Bruyne playing, you know, against Burton and Luton. And who was it City played? Was it Bristol? And you thought, why is De Bruyne playing? But I think Pep trusts him, doesn't he? A lot. And he always gives his all with Kevin De Bruyne. Xhaka and Aubameyang surround the referee once again. And they've been talked into giving Cancelo a yellow card for this, fouling Tierney. After Aubameyang had a little moan at the referee. That's the only thing he's done all game, Aubameyang, talk to the referee and throw himself on the floor. Oh, Kieran Tierney has gone down holding his head like he's been knocked out. And João Cancelo actually never touches his head. He never touches his head. Embarrassing from Kieran Tierney there. Really embarrassing. That's called a dive, that, but he won't get anything for it. Gone down holding his head, and Cancelo is about, I think his arm touches Kieran Tierney's hip. So how has he gone down holding his head, I don't know. Not a good idea. I just don't like things like that. Why they do that, I don't know. Here's Mohamed El Neni for Arsenal. Fernandinho in there on the tackle. Can't win it. Pepe. Holding. Mari. Ooh. Bit of trouble there for Pablo Mari, and Leno just sends it long once Mari passed it back to him. No nonsense. Stones. Terrible header by John Stones. Absolutely terrible header. Missed it completely. And Aubameyang here. Quick throw in. Aubameyang. Well played. John Stones marshals Aubameyang straight out for a goal kick. That is class by Stones. Read that game there. Read that play from Arsenal. The quick throw in. Straight across to Aubameyang to stop him getting anywhere. We wait for City to take the goal kick. It doesn't seem like Ederson's in any rush here, does it? Ederson sends it long. Jesus. It's Mahrez. Up to Mahrez. Here's Sterling. Sterling gets the end of the goal kick. Handball, apparently. Handball. How's Jonathan Moss given handball there? How is he give handball there? Jonathan Moss gave handball because he was about, I don't know, 6 foot away from the play. He weren't up with play anyway, was he? I don't think that was handball by Sterling. He'd give it, but he couldn't even see it, could he, John Moss, from where he stood? He was too far away. Loe asks, how is that foul? Which one? The Sterling one or the Cancelo one? Both have been a joke, but going Arsenal's way a bit at the moment, isn't it? It's going to be a worry because Arsenal's going to get into this game slowly. They're getting into this game just a bit now. Jesus on the ball here. Turn Gabriel. Runs away from Odegaard. Odegaard ends up on his backside. And here's Gabriel Jesus still going. Play on. Play on! Forget Odegaard on the floor. He's injured himself. Play on. He's fine. He's up. Play on. Arsenal moaning at the City players to put the ball out. And Odegaard got back up, so City had to stop and then had to go back. He should have just played on. He's fine. Martin Odegaard. Cancelo. Wide to Zinchenko. Sterling. Sterling up against Bellerin here. One-on-one. He's got Pepe alongside him. Over the top here. Oh, terrible pass by Fernandinho. It's gone for a throw into Arsenal, luckily for City. Lois is Moss by name, Moss by nature. So slow. He was nowhere near up with that play to give a throw-in, to give a handball against Sterling, sorry. And the yellow card for Cancelo, he wasn't giving him his yellow card until, you know, Aubameyang and whoever it was surrounded the referee and then suddenly, you know, surrounded him, having a go, and then suddenly give a yellow card. Headed away by Mari, straight to Cancelo. Can City go forward? No, they go backwards to John Stones. He takes a heavy touch and has to go all the way back to Ederson. City need to do a bit better here in the second half. They need that second goal. If City don't get that second goal, it could be in trouble. Here's Stones. Ederson once more in goal. Looking forward, Ederson. He's got Arsenal not even pressing Ederson anymore. Or the defence, they're happy for City to just stay on the ball. Ederson out to Cancelo, which Bernardo Silva dropped into this sort of right back role. Bernardo should have gone down then under that foul by Xhaka. Stones bringing it out from the back. Still going, John Stones into Sterling. Oh, you give it away. And Sterling fouls Saka. Why would you do that, Sterling? Just let him go past you. Stones had it covered. Well, City are very lucky to have got that early goal because they've been poor. Really, really poor. And Arsenal have got a chance to swing a free kick in here. City holding a very, very high defensive line as they do. I mean, go on about how good Stones and Diaz are, but, you know, Gabriel Jesus is not a good defender, is he? No. You can't expect the best from all the players, especially defending set pieces. It's more than just two men that defend the set piece. So Odegaard to swing it in. Oh, it's straight to Ederson. He has been absolutely rubbish, Martin Odegaard. Surprised Arteta didn't bring you off. I think we could expect Emil Smith-Rowe coming on. Here's John Stones bringing it out from the back. Cancelo, Stones, and back they go to Ederson. This is City trying to control the game. Great ball by Ederson. Oh, it's gone through to Sterling here. Sterling! Leno just gets there ahead of him. Could have been a penalty if Sterling got a touch on that. Wasn't quick enough for Raheem Sterling, which is surprising. It did come off Holding's boot. Oh, they give it away here though. Bernardo Silva. Can he make something happen, Bernardo? Oh, on his right foot. Was it João Cancelo, in fact? Throw in. Just went for a wild shot, did João. Not worked. Here's Cancelo on the throw-in for City. Mahrez comes short. Cancelo on his left foot. City go backwards. City just don't go forward in this game, do they? Just not interested in going forward, it seems. Most progressive pass is Ederson. Zinchenko here. Jesus. Back we go to Diaz. Diaz brings the ball forward. You've got to be careful, Diaz, because he's going to give it away. And the litter's on the break. But he's trying to drive the team forward, but it shouldn't be his job, should it? Diaz should be allowed to stick to the defending. Leave the others to the attacking. Here's Diaz. Stones. Good passing to Mahrez. Oh, Mahrez! Terrible first touch. Arsenal on the counter here. Aubameyang up against Stones one-on-one. Here's Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Inside he comes. Can't get round Fernandinho. Pepe's gone down. Saka. Wide to Odegaard. Bellerin. Oh, and Fernandinho clears it away. It looked like he was going to fall to Pepe in the box there. Odegaard. City have got to be careful here. I've got a feeling City are they're inviting Arsenal onto them. Here's Saka. They're asking him to score. The real kid player said City really let the foot off the gas, give us an entertaining game. Well, they have, haven't they, City? Since they've scored, it's not like they've been interested in scoring again. It really doesn't look like they've been interested in scoring. Arteta. But it's a Lacazette. And Smith-Rowe coming on. And Lacazette, he's got a goal in him. Scored against City in the Cup. Oh, João Cancelo, what's he done here? Ederson tries to volley it away. El Neni with a shot wide. Well, João Cancelo tries to clear it with the outside of his boot. Actually clears it just up into the air towards Ederson. You can't pick it up, of course. And Ederson just slices it on the volley away. So nonchalantly as well. No real care, Ederson, with that. City have dropped off a lot in this game. So it's Martin Odegaard off for Alexandre Lacazette. And Smith Rowe. Who is he coming on for, Emil Smith Rowe? Odegaard, clearly, you know, he was always going to come off. Might be Pepe, possibly. It is Nicolas Pepe. So Pepe and Odegaard off and Lacazette and Smith Rowe on. I think Aubameyang might go to this left-hand side. Saka on the right and Smith Rowe in behind Lacazette. But City have become very, very sloppy in this second half. Like they've got no interest in playing. It's only 73 minutes. Arsenal can go on to win this game. Long ball by City. Sterling up against Bellerin. Leno sends it long. Stones. Cancelo back to Diaz. Cancelo, City, go and get a second goal now. João Cancelo cut inside around Granit Xhaka. Wide to Riyad Mahrez, one-on-one with Tierney. Been isolated, Mahrez, the second half and towards the end of the first half. Loaisa Smith Rowe coming on could give Arsenal a new dimension. I think so as well. I think him feeding balls through to Saka and Aubameyang and Lacazette in the middle. I definitely think Arsenal will score. I definitely think they will score. It's just down to City. Because, I mean, if Arsenal score, City will be rattled. And then they'll come for the second one. Here's Diaz bringing the ball forward. Look at Diaz go here. Wide to Mahrez. But we shouldn't be having to have the centre-backs bring the ball forward. And finally, Diaz brings the ball forward. And then City then go and pass it backwards anyway. Good little bit of skill there from João Cancelo, but risky. Fernandinho. Sterling on this left-hand side, who's also had a relatively poor game. Zinchenko. Sterling. Bernardo Silva. Raheem Sterling. He's going to have a bit of a run, is he? No. Backwards he goes, Sterling. Bernardo Silva. It's like City have been just trying to see out this game since the third minute or so from when they scored. Not good enough. Here's Bernardo Silva. The real kid plays to Smith Rowe is bright. Probably that mean they just might score. I think they will. I think they will score. Stones goes back to Ederson. I definitely think Arsenal will score the way City are playing at the moment. Long ball by Ederson. Mari deals with it easily. Loasis, I think we're sleeping on the defence. I think City can hold on. I don't think it's the defence that's the problem. I think, you know, obviously it starts from the attack, the defence. I just don't think... something's going to happen. I think, you know, Arsenal are going to score a wonder goal or something. They've got it in them. Lacazette, he seems to always score when I've seen him play. Oh, Holding brings it out from the back. Brilliant skill by Holding. And flattens Fernandinho. Lacazette, wide to Tierney. An Arsenal goal feels like it's coming. Aubameyang on this left-hand side. He goes backwards to Xhaka. Over the top to Aubameyang. Across to Saka. Oh, he slips. Zinchenko clears. City are in trouble here. And El Neni's fouled Sterling. City need to wake up. How come we can see this but the players can't? They need to wake up, City. They can't seem to see that Arsenal are getting closer and closer to scoring. Free kick for City. Ederson might take it, might he? Not quite showing as it's too busy showing Arteta. Shouting at his players. Along with Pep now. Surely Pep can see this as well. City need to bring some energy on. Long ball, he send it. Straight through to Leno and City give possession right back to Arsenal. What a rubbish second half this has been. Arsenal just... To me, it's like they're just waiting for Arsenal to score. Feels like that. Here's Bellerin. Holding. El Neni. Wide to Pablo Mari. Back he goes to El Neni, who's dropped in at centre-back momentarily. Leno. El Neni. Mari. Arsenal. It's bad as City for playing it back at times. Aubameyang's dropping deep to try and pick the ball up, and he ends up passing it back to Leno. Holding. Can he bring the ball forward? No. Back he goes to El Neni. This is dire. Tierney cuts inside. Guess where he's going, which direction, backwards he goes. Both sides just cannot pass forward at the moment. We can't, you know, Arsenal can't seem to break us down, but I still feel like they're going to score. They've given it away here with Holding. Here's Gundogan. Gundogan plays the ball forward to Sterling. Can City kill this game off? 2-0 should do it. Sterling up against Holding. Guess which way he's going? Backwards. Gundogan. Sterling. City slow the game down. Sterling behind to Gundogan. Good run by Gundogan, but goes back to the corner flag, and Sterling City feel like they can conserve energy for the Champions League game in midweek against Gladbach, because they've gone backwards now. There's Zinchenko and then Diaz and then to Stones. Forward he comes, Stones. Mahrez. Backwards he goes. Stones. And guess where this ball's going? Oh, he's not gone to Edison, he's gone to Fernandinho. Well played, Fernandinho, away from Granit Xhaka. Still going Fernandinho. Good pass, Cancelo. Jesus in space on this side here. Oh, big dive in from Holding. Jesus one-on-one with El Neni. Jesus! Cancelo, oh, great skill, Cancelo! Oh, why didn't he go with his left foot? Tries to shoot. He was free space just on the penalty spot. Tries to shoot with the outside of his right boot. Should just hit it with his left foot. And he puts it just wide of the post, João Cancelo. That would have killed the game off there. Oh, Cancelo. Should have gone with his left foot, not the outside of his right foot. Oh, João Cancelo. Should have scored. Well, the game looked like it was going to be a cracker, didn't it, after the opening 5 minutes. He's not lived up to it. It looks like Rob Holding is in a bit of trouble here. He dived in on Cancelo as Cancelo passed it, and Cancelo fell over, and I think he got a boot in the face. It doesn't look good for Rob Holding. That was very close. You're right, Louay. Can't believe Cancelo's not scored. Went with the outside of his right boot, didn't he? I don't know why he just didn't go with his left foot. They're showing the replay of the goal in the second minute because there's been no highlights since. Good goal by Sterling. Luace's man of the match, just 5s and 6s everywhere. Yeah. Definitely. Just 5s and 6s all around. Man of the match. Fernandinho, maybe. He's cut a lot out, hasn't he? Gary Ramsden said, sounds a frustrating game. Think settle for 1-0 now on the 3 points. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, Gary, if Pep brings on, you know, the likes of Rodri, someone like that to try and hold on to the game. You know, the way the game set off, it looked like, wow, this is going to be, you know, a proper good game, this, you know. 2 sides attacking. Both sides not interested. Holding still down here. He got a kick in the head, maybe, or in the jaw. Not looking good for Rob Holding. But he's back up on his feet, which is good to see. Hopefully he's alright. It looks like Holding's going to come off straight away. So David Luiz on. Well, City susceptible to the long ball in behind. You'll see that from David Luiz. Hopefully he can make a mistake at the back though. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? So on comes Luiz for Holding. A player who can play those long passes from the back. Can find the overlapping fullbacks or the wingers or the forward running behind. Midfielders bursting from midfield. He's got that quality. That's David Luiz. And I think that there was Arsenal's 4th substitution, was it? Due to the concussion rule. So Rob Holding goes off with a possible concussion. And that what allows David Luiz to come on. Well, teams are going to abuse this, aren't they, surely? Go up for a header and hold your head and sub the player off. Here's Mahrez. Cancelo, it's not gone out. It has now. Cancelo passed it out. And Pep Guardiola is having a bit of a go at the Riyad Mahrez there to try and get forward. And they're writing up the concussion substitution now. This might be the first ever concussion substitution in the Premier League. Cancelo wins the header, but straight to Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe as well, and then gives it with a back heel back to Cancelo. Here is Ilkay Gundogan. Can City get forward? Gundogan. Zinchenko. 83 minutes played. City just trying to see this game out, but a goal would be nice. Sterling up against Bellerin, who's beat Bellerin. Well played, Sterling. Great play, Sterling. Oh, and he tries to do too much. Just pass it or shoot. And Arsenal on the counter. Xhaka. Oh, nutmeg and Cancelo. But Aubameyang's in plenty of space here. And he's going to have a run at us. Aubameyang. Burst past Stones. Stones with the strength. Bodies Aubameyang. And the ball goes out for a goal kick. Shoulder to shoulder. John Stones stronger than Aubameyang. Absolutely smashes on the way past. Was sort of a foul that, but they don't get given. Just pushed him out of the pitch. John Stones there. Well played, John. Had a good game as well, Stones. Maybe he's man of the match. He's had a good game. Not his fault. The forward players have let him down, really. I think the defence has done the job, hasn't it? It's the forward players that have let the defence down. Sterling, well played. Mahrez, good long ball from Edison from the goal kick. City on the counter here. Jesus. Oh, hurry up, City. So slow. Jesus up against El Neni. Cuts back. Gundogan. Guess where he's going? Backwards again. To Diaz. Zinchenko. City want to score the perfect goal always. Just put it in the net. Diaz goes back. Edison. Going to send it long, Edison, is it? He does send it long. Luiz deals with it. Lays it off to Bellerin. Smith Rowe. Oh, Fernandinho. Brilliant midfield play. Here comes the Brazilian. He's got Gundogan to the left of him. Gundogan. Smith Rowe back defending. And it's a goal kick. Or is it a corner? Well, it's a goal kick. I thought it was a corner, that. I thought it come off Smith Rowe. He just marshal it out of play. Oh, Saka away from Zinchenko. Jesus is the deepest player here. Well, Arsenal tend to put the ball out of play, don't they? Or ask for it and the player's down. Saka's down here, he's back up. Just a bit of a knee to thigh from Jesus and Saka. And Arsenal make another substitution. Ceballos off, El Neni on. So they've had 4 substitutions now, Arsenal. Luiz says, I'd give it Diaz. Diaz, honestly, trying to do the midfield's job the whole game. Yeah, I mean, why does Diaz... I mean, he's not the best bringing the ball forward anyway. He's not the best on the ball. Why has he spent half the game trying to bring the ball out from the back? Along with Stones. They've done the midfield's job here. Oh, Lacazette. Diaz across. Lacazette down in the box. Not a penalty, and Stones lumps it away. Not good enough from City, this. And Pep needs to make a change, I think. Look out of energy through City. They really do. Good pass by Luiz, and Cancelo gives it back, and here's Lacazette. Wide to turn it. Aubameyang cleared away. Oh, and City get it away. Bernardo Silva just lumps it away. Arsenal looking so dangerous. Well played, Gabriel Jesus. Well played, Jesus. Oh, well played, Jesus. Incredible stuff. It's going to be a yellow card for Bellerin. Gabriel Jesus took the ball down, took it past one man and then a second man. And Bellerin fouls to stop him going through in the counter. City were 3-on-2 there. Brilliant. Brilliant play from Jesus here. Oh, nasty tackle that from Bellerin. Bellerin, I don't get why he clearly fouls and then puts his hands either side. If to say I didn't touch him. Well, he clearly took him out. So the yellow card for Bellerin, he's 8th of the season. Still 1-0. 42 minutes of this half. 87 minutes. I mean, it's the second half. So not long left now. Bernardo lays it off to Fernandinho. Wide to Raheem Sterling. Can he take on Hector Bellerin? He does. Easily. Oh, in behind to Gundogan. Come on, City. Finish this game off. Oh, David Luiz clears it away for a corner. Chance to finish the game there for City. I don't think they'll put Diaz and Stones up for this corner because they'll be worried about the counter-attack. We'll see. But I don't think... Yeah, Stones... I think Stones is coming up. I'm not sure Diaz is. City have a corner now. 88 minutes. Remember, like we said, they'll be 18 points clear of current Premier League champions Liverpool if they were to pick up 3 points today, Manchester City. Of course, they've got Manchester United, Leicester, West Ham. The three teams chasing them. Here's Jesus, Bernardo Silva. Sterling. Rubbish from Sterling. Free kick for Arsenal. Oh, and Arsenal take it quickly. David Luiz. Pablo Mari, back to Luiz. You look for the long pass, David Luiz. You know he's got it in him. Luis Mara's the ghost of Manchester. Yeah. He created, I mean, to be fair to him, he created the goal in the first half. He's done nothing since then. Nothing since the goal. But, I mean, when you think of that with Riyad Mahrez, has anyone done anything since the third or fifth minute? I don't think anyone's impressed, really. It's like when you come to giving player ratings, there's literally no point because they're all a 6, aren't they? All a 6. Arsenal send men forward. City are going to throw this away if they're not careful. Diaz away. Bellerin. Jesus up against Bellerin. Bellerin wins the header. Ceballos. Oh, gives it away. Zinchenko into Jesus. Jesus on the run now. 1-on-1 with Tierney. Gabriel Jesus. City to finish the game. Jesus. Gabriel Jesus. Rosed. Terrible from Jesus. Can he not kick a football? Cannot kick a ball, Gabriel Jesus. At least get it on target. He had the all at net to aim for, and he puts it into Rosed. Gets right underneath it. Luis says that's just laughable from Jesus. How is he our City's starting striker? He's the first choice striker. Rubbish. Oh, Stones, be careful here. Well played, Stones. Oh, Stones, what are you doing? Got lucky then, Stones. Panicking there. Ederson sends it long. 10 seconds before the 90 minutes are up, and of course there will be added time, probably 2 or 3 minutes. Bernardo jumps into David Luiz. Mahrez, foul by Luiz. Gundogan plays it wide to Sterling. Moss doesn't play the advantage. It's a free kick to City. 90 minutes are up. 4 minutes of added time. 4 minutes for City to hang on here. Smith Rowe stands over the free kick. Jonathan Moss tells him to move back. Well, all the space is there for Jesus and Sterling. If Fernandinho can see it, he can. Into Jesus. Sterling. Got 2 players up to go up against. Through the gap to Sterling. Zinchenko over the top to Jesus. Well played, Gabriel Jesus. Knocks it on. Ooh. David Luiz nearly got beat then. Jesus working hard to win it back though. Ceballos has had his leg shattered in half there. As he spun around like he'd had his leg broke. He's walking fine seconds later after the free kick's been given. No surprises there. David Luiz. No, he's not going to take it. They're going to send the big men up, Arsenal. Long ball time. City could be in big trouble. 91 minutes played. Bernd Leno sends the ball long. Stones up. Stones wins it. Here's Ceballos. Lumps it forward again. To Saka. Great touch. Away from Zinchenko. To throw in for City. Oh, he's kept it in by Saka. Zinchenko just clears it straight to David Luiz. Fernandinho wins it. Heads it away. There's plenty of time left. Luiz says mid-table striker, get out. Julie says Rose. Yeah. Oh, and a foul by David Luiz on Diaz there. And Diaz stays down. Ooh, Diaz doesn't look good here. I hope he's alright, Ruben Diaz here. He does not look good here. David Luiz Oh, David Luiz, that's nasty, David Luiz there. No eyes for the ball, David Luiz. Got only his eyes on Ruben Diaz and pushes his elbow straight into the sternum of Ruben Diaz. Nasty from David Luiz. Typical from David Luiz. Looks like Diaz is going to be okay. And Gary Neville on Sky Sports has given Ruben Diaz man of the match today. 92 minutes and 30 seconds played. City have got a free kick. And Edison is going to take it. I'm going to lump it long. Edison sends it high and long. Luiz push on Sterling. Smith Rowe. Gundogan in there to win it back. Good turn by Ilkay Gundogan. Then he's fouled by Smith Rowe. Another free kick for City. 93 minutes played. City are just waiting for the final whistle now. That final 1 minute. Here's Zinchenko to take this free kick for City. Wide to Sterling. Jesus in behind. Should have passed it to him. Sterling wins his side. A throw in. Oh, it's still in apparently. Jesus, no it's not. It's a throw in for City. Guardiola's telling Gabriel Jesus to get in the corner. Julius Luiz knew full well what he was doing. He did. He wasn't even looking at the ball. He was looking right at Ruben Diaz. Jesus, great hold-up play. Then throws himself on the floor and gets himself a free kick. Dani Ceballos can't complain about someone throwing his floor after he got his shin snapped in half earlier. The way he reacted. 10 seconds left. Jonathan Moss draws the magic foam on the floor. Here's Sterling. Well, Saka stood next to the free kick here. He will be made to stand back. Free kick taken by City. Jesus takes it to the corner flag. Well played, Gabriel Jesus. Somehow it's an Arsenal throw. Get back, Hector Bellerin. Surely that's full time, referee. 94 minutes and 30 seconds played. Luiz sends it long. Zinchenko clears it. Oh, and Mari back to his... Xhaka back to Leno. The referee's played another minute here. Oh, Aubameyang can't get in the end of that one. 95 minutes of the 94 played now, and that is full time. Manchester City 1, Arsenal 0. City now 19 points clear of champions Liverpool with a 3 points to the Emirates. The game set off like it was going to be classic. A 1-0 win though. A goal by Riyad Mahrez with a cross. Oh, it's a goal by Sterling, wasn't he, on the header? Riyad Mahrez with a cross. Riyad Mahrez was non-existent along with Sterling and the rest of the team for the rest of the game. And the defence pretty much held on for the team and kept us with the 1-0 win. So well played, City. Man of the match between Diaz, Stones and Fernandinho. Those three were probably the best. The defensive players. Player ratings all about a 6 or a 7. And that's going to end today's stream. So we'll be back again next week. We've got City versus Mönchengladbach next week. We've also got Lazio versus... Who do they play? I think it's Bayern Munich, which we'll be doing a live on as well, which will be good. Andrew says, thanks for the commentary. Another win. No, thank you very much for joining. Julie says, hung on another 3 points for you. Yeah, but thank you very much, everyone, for joining. It's great to have you in the comments. And we're still at 585 subscribers. We don't tend to go up in the live streams, but possibly we'll be up next time. Maybe we've hit 600 by the time we stream on Wednesday. I don't think so, but it'd be nice to see. So thank you very much for joining the live stream. Goodbye to everyone. It's been great having you, and we'll see you next time.